Nah, I really don't. I have no idea. But
No.
you know how we give it up. I'm gonna just hit them with the.
So,
What's going on? What is it? What is going on? How is everybody doing this evening? Welcome to another episode of Clock Watch. It is I, in clips, family man, doing family man things. Off to my right, I have with me the man, the brother like none other, Mr. Black Earth. Please say something to the audience, Mr. Black Earth.
What's popping, y'all? Thank y'all for coming out tonight. Twitch, what's up? YouTube, what's up? Facebook, everybody that watches, what's going on? Shout out to the whole crew. Hopefully we got somebody else coming in. They last late. Shout out to Big Kev. Shout out to Tweet. Tweet was good. I know I saw you lay on the beach earlier, shit, getting your hand on and shit.
We gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
I heard that. Shout out to Montana. What up, Montana? Hopefully you're in better spirits. Hopefully see your ass, bro. I'm logging in. Shit. What is it? 3 minutes? Yeah, anyway. What it do? We back. The clock and the watch.
Yeah, I gotta hide the labels, man. You know, we out here blowing up. We might need us a sponsor one day. I can't be out here advertising people that ain't paying us no money because we do this for free. So if you would like to make a donation, now I'm just kidding. Yeah, real talk.
The facts.
Check out our Teespring store. We have that up in the announcements. You can check the announcement section for that. If y'all want to get yourself some Clockwatch apparel and support the guys, you know, we like doing this. I like doing this, man. It's every Sunday we get up here, you know, we talk our shit. What's good, Black? How was your week, man?
Yeah. This went by so fast, I didn't realize it. Between this and running 211.7 and DJing and shit, it's been like hectic because shows are growing. People are wanting us to come do more shows, private events and everything else. So it's just been this busiest time of the year, and then actual fall, really, wedding season. Really. But we'll see what it is. We've been locked up so long, so you don't know how to, gotta get up on your good foot. Got here, make that money all we can. Other than that, something fucked up happened to me. Oh, bro, I was at one of my stores for my main job, and I woke up in this motherfucker. The guy, one of the store managers, was like, "Oh, it was Barry White." I was just like, "Oh, Barry White, son." He ran up to me, yo. He brought the whole crew up to me.
Yeah, I'd have been dead. He
got the bagger to come take pictures of me, him, and another lady. So everybody, I remember when I went to go see Barry White in person. He said, "You just look just like him. You reminded me of him so much." He said, "Can you sing along?" And that's like, "Can't get enough of your love." He's like, "Oh, he's White still." Yeah, no, it was crazy, but I mean, it was kind of fucking interesting.
Oh,
and then taking pictures up in the damn store. Then I look like Barry White. Oh, look who it is. Look who it is.
Who we got tonight? Who we got in the house tonight? Look at her. Do the hair drum again. She went like this.
I mean, yeah. You look mad crazy. Looking like a Muppet out there. What you doing, girl? Put that up.
It was raining outside. I got caught in it.
Oh, it raining? Oh, I don't know. I haven't been outside in a minute.
Yeah,
so how were you doing today?
I'm fucking tired. I don't know why. I think it's practice for me. It's been cold at night, so I think I'm catching like cold.
Yo, did you put the link in the description? Because we got Facebook user over here that says, yo, what it do, my guys?
Who are you?
Yeah, that's what we saying. Like, we put the link in the description though.
No, the link is always at the top of the description. When I post the link, look on top. It tells you what we're using, StreamYard. You click on StreamYard, you enter your information in there, and then it allows you to be seen. You gotta prove the terms. It's right on top of the stream. If you don't know, now you know. Anyway, so yeah, like you were saying that
You was gonna buy a perm wig so you can be Betty White for real. That's what you was saying.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe so we can get him a new tattooed hairline.
Oh.
What else, bro?
Oh, all right. It's Sean Lowe. It's Sean Lombardo.
I know who it is. That's why.
Nice meeting you.
Hold on. Well, I saw you was at the Mouse House.
Big things. Congratulations to Shorty.
Congratulations. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to you, man. You got a baby coming into the world. It's always a beautiful thing, a magical thing, man. So good luck to you and yours. You know what I'm saying? And big up, man. Congratulations, man. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying?
I heard dudes winning the Super Bowl and going to Disney World, but bro, you having a baby and going to Disney? That's dope. That's
fire, right? Like, that's fire. He's doing it. He's doing it.
Where you going? I'm going to Disney.
Oh yeah.
Funny thing is, my youngest daughter is named after we were in Disney. My oldest daughter was Iridessa, and we saw like the name of it's actually my dog acted crazy. Sorry. It was actually Tinkerbell's best friend, the Black Fairy, the only Black Fairy there is, and that's what she named after. So that's how she got named.
Your daughter after a Disney princess fairy.
That's pretty cool.
Like she's never gonna be able to find her name on a freaking mug now.
But she'll be able to find her magical place in the world. She'll go to Disney, find her damn name.
Yeah, she can always make one too. And go to Disney and grab one. You know what I'm saying?
The hate.
Yeah. I bet you any amount of money. But as soon as she logs into Facebook, Facebook is gonna offer her that mug. Like that algorithm will pop up like, you know, it's your birthday. Here's get your mug. It's that's how I do.
T-shirt of the crest, right?
Shirts be coming out of nowhere like, yo, I'm the best Charles on earth, yada yada. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? This algorithm is sick, yo. This shit is off the chain. Hell yeah, it's look your life up.
Look at it says would you like the Austin crest, family crest, and put on a t-shirt? Oh my
wild shit just like that too. It'd be doing wild shit like that. That Facebook.
I'd be like, yo, that shit fresh. I'm gonna copy one of them motherfuckers.
Hey, yo, I have a great question though. Speaking of which, it's a hypothetical. So, algorithms rule the world, right? I'm getting on my sci-fi shit right now. Algorithms rule the world. What if you had the opportunity to take your 28 grams of soul, right, and put it into another shell, transfer it into another shell that you could become immortal and live forever? You can do it with or without memories. You do have that option. You know what I'm saying? Or you can leave it up to God, die, and see if you get reincarnated and see if there's a hell or all of that. Which one would you choose? Anyone, if you can start with that one. It's up to you.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat the question? My 4-year-old was sorry.
What if you were able? What if
about my 28 ounces of soul and?
Yeah, they were able to put it into a another form of you, perfect form of you, or however, whatever form of you that you wanted, and you were able to live forever with your past memories or without. Would you do it, or would you take your chances?
Like the blue pill versus the red pill, kinda.
Not really, because the blue pill versus the red pill is stay asleep or be woke, right? But this has nothing to do with staying asleep or being woke. This is
so are you asking if I would,
or you can find out if there's an afterlife or not.
Are you asking if I would relive my life with my same memories?
Yeah,
or you can opt out. You can be reborn without your past memories. Yeah,
I would start fresh.
I would start fresh. No past memories.
Remember, you got kids.
So yo, And you wouldn't take your chances with having a hell either, huh? You would just go for the immortality. That's a fresh take. Yo, I did. Now, for those that's, just tuning in, I see nobody fucking with us right now. But for those who going to tune in later, yo, and watch this shit, listen, I've come with this and worded it in a different form in a past episode of Clockwatch, but seeing as we got first faces here, I'm going to revisit a lot of those topics, yo. So, yo, check. This is a hot take. This is the first time someone has ever said that. Please embellish on how would you do it?
I mean, I would start fresh just because I feel like, I don't know, as good as my life was growing up, it could have been better. I mean, not in the sense of monetary value, but just like seeing my single mom struggling to grow up and being home by myself and being a latchkey kid and having to raise myself and all of those things. I wouldn't want to have to go through the process of redealing with those memories all over again. All the hurt, all the trauma, all the past relationships, the heartbreak, my parents' divorce, the fighting. Who wants to go through that again? Like, I've already been through it. Why would I want to go through it again? I'd rather start fresh, not knowing anything, kind of like my 4-year-old. My 4-year-old is still so innocent. She doesn't see the evil of the world yet. I want to see the world through her rose-colored glasses. I don't want to see them through mine.
Okay.
Yeah, but isn't that what made you who you are?
Yes. I was gonna say Black. You hit it with the bottom line.
It made me who I am.
Like too fast. That was way too quick.
Of course, it's made me who I am now. But could new memories, could a new life make me a better person, or could it make me a worse person? I think that's a chance that I'm willing to take.
Man, you be out here in these streets with no drugs.
Am I waking up with like amnesia and these are still my freaking kids? Is that what it is?
No. Like you get to start fresh. If you want, you can you can have a new body if you want. It's just gonna be your soul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's doing the transfer. You can be a whole new you if you wanted to.
It can't, but hold up, that doesn't work because if she already has kids and she gets to choose the fact to be a different soul, then her kids are not gonna know who she is in the other thing that she obtained.
It doesn't matter. To her kids, she's dead. How this works is, as you're about to die, they take your soul, and they can either reincarnate you in your best form, or they can erase your memories, and you'll just be.
Kids, did you hear that?
She wants to forget her kids. If she wants to forget her kids, that's all.
I mean, when you put it like that, I sound like an asshole.
It is what you're doing, though. It is what you're doing. You forget about everything.
I mean, I was under the impression that they don't exist. You know what I mean?
No, they don't stop existing. Your lineage still goes on. You just are existing with them, but without them, I guess.
I want to be the cool aunt this time instead of the mom.
I think that's a little bit of abandonment.
This is wow. This is a wild thing.
I mean, if I got to start fresh with a new life with no kids, then hell yeah, I would go for that brand new life. But if my children still exist, then I'd have no choice but to carry on with life and do it exactly how I was doing it, because I wouldn't want to know that I'm living a life that they're not a part of because they're a part of me. Mm-hmm. So I think, because I mean, even like, even the separation of going through having to share my children, that sucks. So not being able to see them at all would suck even more.
So you would have your memories then. Now you're saying you're switching the answer up?
Only if my kids didn't exist. Or only if my kids
your kids still are going to exist. Absolutely.
Right.
100%.
So then, yeah, I'd have no choice but to just keep my memories.
And you're still going to choose immortality, though?
Yes. I want to live forever. I want everybody.
You're going to get to see your kids die, though. And then you're going to get to see
they're going to be immortal with me. We're all going to find the freaking fountain of youth, right?
No, just you. That's not how this works. It's just you.
Like that movie Interstellar.
This ain't for everybody.
Well, it's like that movie Interstellar. I don't know if you guys have seen it with Matthew McConaughey, where he goes off into space, and when he leaves, his kids are babies. Well, they're like 7 and 8, and when he comes back, they're like grown-ups. And they all thought he was dead because he's been gone for so long, and he just realizes, damn, like, I've missed out on so much. I've lost so many people in the process. My kids don't even know who I am anymore, you know? I think that that's a really hard pill to
Did
swallow.
he look the same when he came back?
Yeah, he still looked like he was in his 20s, 30s, whatever he was at that point. And everybody else around him has aged but him.
So they're saying that you
What's a
don't
better
age
version
once you get into the vacuum of space, you don't age.
I believe you do not, because your bone density is different.
What's up? You know what's a better version of that movie? The Tomorrow World.
I've never seen that one.
I watched that shit.
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie.
Better
I
version
watched
of
that
it.
small one.
Or like
Yeah.
even like Benjamin Buttons or whatever.
Ain't nobody watch that either. Ain't nobody watch that either.
Oh, okay.
Hey, yo, so how you feel about it?
These are white people movies. Sorry.
I'm not feeling it. I'll take my chances, G.
Take your chances with having a house.
Yeah, others. I lived a great life. I want all the memories. I want the hold up. I want the crookeds with the straights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean that because like that should frame you for who you are. Well, that made for me. It did. It took the lumps you took to get to where you at. I mean, I would never trade them for anything. I wouldn't want to go through them again, no.
Right.
But I wouldn't want to trade them from anything. You know what I mean? Because believe if you didn't go through that, then you would still be naive to any of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd be acceptable to falling down that path later in life if you didn't go through it then. So that's just how my take on it. Give me my lumps now. I'm good. I'll take it. I love it.
You know what was
I love it.
My repertoire includes classics
You know-
Happy Birthday.
You know what would really suck?
Very.
Taking that fucking immortality program, right? And then learning that there was like living long enough to learn that there is a heaven and hell. That would suck.
I think that would be really
That's
scary.
tough.
Well, like seeing like
Right.
what the end of the
Wow.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Well, I
You
mean,
got to a point where you were
play
like
on that.
a
Would you
million
wanna
years
live in
old.
a world- Yeah, well, would you want to live in a world where you knew how you were going to die? Like, if you knew, like, or how your kids were going to die, how everybody in your life was going to die, like, would you be okay knowing that? I don't think I would. First of all, I have such high anxiety as it is that the idea that, like, oh my God, I have 3 weeks left with my kids, you know what I mean? I've got 2 months left with my grandma. I've got 4 more months left with my dad. I think that I would have to kill myself at some point because I wouldn't be able to deal with the stress.
There are people that have terminal illnesses that know this. I mean,
But that's different though. That's different though. What I'm saying is like if you could see into the future and you knew that three weeks from today, your significant other is going to pass away in a car accident and there's nothing that you can do to stop it.
I start recruiting the next one now.
You're such a piece of shit. Get him off this fucking podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I don't like thinking about shit like that. That's wild depressing.
What do you mean you don't like thinking about this? This is your whole subject.
Right,
I know.
you started
But
this
we're talking about knowing when that person is gonna pass. Y'all took it next level. I was just talking about immortality and shit. Yeah, I'm talking about knowing on some. What's the name of that movie again with Tom Cruise? Knowing when people are gonna die and shit. Like,
well, that's like for me, who is choosing immortality. I have to live with the repercussion that everybody around me is going to die, and I have.
Well, you don't know when.
But it could be.
It
doesn't matter. I'm going to live forever. So whether it's 100 years from now or 2 days from now, you're still going to die. I'm still going to have to deal with that repercussion. I'm still going to outlive you whether I want to or not. You know what I mean?
Well, you want to because you chose immortality.
You did choose immortality. That's what you did.
Oh, good. Good because listen, that shit gonna be so old.
I wanna live forever.
I'm good. I'm good. I want that.
I feel like I'm not content with the idea of not having the immortality just because, like I said, we don't know when our day is coming. It could be next week. It could be 2 months from now. It could be 3
tomorrow.
years from now. Right. And for me, I definitely want to live in a world where I see my kids graduate from high school and college and they get married and they have babies and I'm there for those babies. Like, I want to be a part of all of that. I don't want to die in 10 years and have missed out on all of it, especially with my little one being so little, because unfortunately that is the reality for a lot of people. A lot of people don't get to live nice long lives, and a lot of people don't get to see their children grow up. A lot of people don't get to see grandbabies. So I definitely want to live in a world where I'm hopefully granted the health and the necessity to stay alive as long as possible to make those things happen. I think that once I see my grandchildren be born and that I get a few years in with them, at least a good 15 years with my grandkids,
Oh, good 15.
I think that I would be content with, okay, now I'm ready to pass the torch. Bye. See you never. Bye.
But how
But
you gonna do that? Because you know that as kids grow older, they start to abandon their parents. You know what I mean? Like then you be living this life by yourself.
I mean, not all. I mean, I am, as many ups and downs as I have with my mom, I am very close to my grandma. My grandma's 83 years old. I say it all the time. If something were to happen to her, I would probably have to freaking end it with her. You know what I mean? Same thing with my oldest daughter. My oldest daughter is my rock. If something happens to my daughter, I gotta go with her. That's just how it is.
No, you be that selfish and leave your youngest daughter?
Right. And I was just gonna touch on that then. And it's so selfish, but I say it to my oldest daughter all the time. You know how to live without her. She doesn't know how to live without you. I know how to live without my kids, and they don't know how to live without me. But everything that I've been through, all of those things that made me who I am now, those ups, those downs, those trials, those tribulations, I wouldn't be able to live in a world without Sophia. Sophia is a rock. She is the reason why I am who I am right now. Not everything else that brought me to this. It was motherhood that changed me. And so, like I said, like my kids are so fortunate that they have a great grandmother. Mm-hmm. And I tell her all the time, and she's 83, my oldest is 10, you know, I tell her all the time, you're not allowed to die until my oldest is at least 25 and has her own kids. Like, she is like, oh, go fuck yourself. But I can't see myself, and we're her closest set of family. I'm her first granddaughter, and I was her only granddaughter for 19 years. My kids are her first set of great-grandchildren. So she has an undeniable tie to us. We are her favorites. And as much as nobody else in my family wants to hear that, she made it very aware that we're her favorites. But that's the life of it. But then you also see the shitty side of turning old, that she's old, you know, her health is not as good. She's losing her vision. She can't hear as well. Her heart doesn't necessarily pump as quickly as it used to. So, like, do I have to live with the reality that she's not going to live forever? Yeah. Do I have to live with the reality that unfortunately someday soon I may lose her? Yeah. But who wants to live like that?
No, one thing is,
that's a tough topic to discuss.
We know what's one thing for certain is taxes. Taxes, you know you're gonna pay motherfucking taxes. Oh, and the other thing, death. We all gonna fucking die.
Of course. That's like when my boyfriend tells me, you have to do this. I'm like, I don't have to do shit but die. That's it. That's the only thing I have to do in this life is wake up. And I don't even have to wake up and go to work. All I have to do is die. It's the only thing that's guaranteed in my life is that I'm gonna die one day.
Yeah. I mean, we can. You make it sound so miserable. We have one shot in this life to have a beautiful one, right? So make the best of it, man. Live your life.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say that I definitely do have a good life, despite the fact that I struggle. I'm sure, just like everybody else, especially as a single mom. Life's hard sometimes, but there are such beautiful moments that make up for it. Like I've said over and over and over again in the past, for me, COVID was beautiful. COVID gave me so much time with my children that I normally would not have had, that I would have taken for granted in a normal light. I was so focused on going to work. I was so focused on making money, and that was the only thing. Money was that was all evil for me. Just saving money, making money, saving money, making money. I wasn't seeing my kids. I wasn't even raising my kids. I had babysitters for that. And for me, COVID put life into perspective. COVID's like, no, Melissa, you got to sit your ass down. You got to calm the fuck down. You got to make life about your kids. And you got to focus on these motherfuckers. And it was all good for a year, and then I was like, all right, I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm done with this. I gotta go. You guys were cool for a hot minute, and now we out. What are we shooting this shit?
Yeah, shooting it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I can say now that life is definitely at its best for me. I've gotten to really fully understand my children for who they are as people versus as just my kids. You know, like they have personalities. They're their own beings. They're two very different human beings who I was just treating them as if they were just, hey, time to go to school. Hey, time to go to bed. That's it.
You're right. You gotta live your best life. I hear you. 'Cause I remember that too. Always
Big
working, never home and shit.
Yeah.
And the quality of life slowed down when COVID happened. You got time to like look at life, enjoy it, and spend time with the
Living my
family.
best life. I am back and forth with you.
One person that didn't do that because I know my brother had to work throughout this shit. Right there, Clips. I know you didn't get you didn't really get a chance to like.
You had a little time off. You had a little time off in the beginning, no?
I think it was working.
I worked the whole shit. I went straight through COVID.
I was out here living my best life, going to the beach.
That's beautiful. That's what's up. I worked the whole thing. I had the pandemic. What? And nothing. I took my ass to work. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Did you get to work from home at all or no?
No, not at all. My job requires us to be there. Like we can't.
At least the commute was a little easier with no cars on the road, right?
Yeah. I mean, that was cool. That was fun at first, you know. Then everybody came back, and it was just like, damn, you know, that's
reality.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I ain't worried about it. Like,
well, I know why her COVID was so great because she met me during COVID. That was the bright spot of her life.
We had a COVID love.
We didn't have a love. I didn't meet you. That was we definitely had great conversations. And I met a lot of good people through that time frame, and she happened to be one of them. We met on a Britney song, so that was our claim to fame. I thought she was on a date when I met her. So when I met her, she was like, she had this dude. He looked kind of salty that I was talking to her.
I still
was.
Sorry. All my hoes, I can't keep track. You know.
I know that's fact. The dude, old boy was in love with her. Old boy was in love with him. He came all the way up from down south, Georgia. What was it? Georgia.
No, that's my best friend from Texas.
Texas, yeah. All his exes ain't from Texas.
She invited him back to the room and ain't give him the butt.
No, actually, because I first I was trying not to be rude because I thought I was together. Then she was sitting on the other side of him. She got up and came on the other side of him. I was like, damn, that's rude as fuck. Like this ain't gonna land.
Yeah, that's wild though.
I know that was your friend, but I'm saying that's not how the impression that he was giving off.
I was introducing him to all of my friends. Well, because during COVID, once the bars got reopened, and realistically, not everybody was going out. So I was seeing the same exact 7 to 10 people every time I went out. And we became like this close little knit.
That was the COVID crew.
Yeah, it was the COVID crew.
That was the COVID crew, yeah.
Exactly.
She was at Pickup Central. That's where we was going at. We were going to blind pick in the middle of the night, picking up.
Well, because they were the only bar that stayed open till 4, and I'm here to stay out. So
we knew what time to be up, and then we see people like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah. COVID crew, what up? Gang. Y'all out here.
COVID crackheads.
Nah, no crack. Butt crack. Y'all rubbing butt crack on each other. That's not doing. I'll be a freaks of the night. So yo, man, check out my wife, my brother's wife, and my friend's wife all went to Puerto Rico. So we got the kids to, you know what I'm saying, later on this week. Yeah.
Daddy daycare?
Yeah, I got off for like the next 3 days behind that, man. So You know, it was about last night was cool actually. My oldest son was here and he ended up leaving today. And then like I had Mark and Cito over and they came over with their kids and it was cool at first. And then my daughter, for some reason, just decided to leave all of the kids by themselves upstairs while she just
chaos
was in the room chilling. Yeah. It was, you know.
So
I had
they're
to
still
regulate
away right
it.
now?
I get it, man.
She's bugging out. Like, what? I had to talk to her.
all
Like,
have
yo,
certain
listen, I'm doing this for you. So you're always complaining about your board. So I'm bringing kids over so you can have company. As a host, you can't just be letting, your guests run amok in your house, yo. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? At least if y'all running amok, you be there with them. You know what I'm saying?
It was
Like,
over
come
it.
on.
Please, that's
So-
like my 4-year-old. I can't even take a nap because the next thing I know, the whole bathroom's covered in Play-Doh and paint. And
It was cute though. Like she started crying because I'm laying it on thick, and she was like, "But I just wanted to be by myself."
that sounds like my 10-year-old.
Sounds just like my kids, bro.
My 10-year-old.
What a sucker though! Like you hosting, you know what I'm saying? Like Lord forbid if I didn't have any kids over, she'd have been running around like I'm bored. Like
They
sucker.
born to come to get on your nerve. You want them to go home.
Man, she want him out. She wanted me to kick him out. Everybody. She's a whole sucker, yo. Word up. I'm like, nah, because they coming over tomorrow too. Fuck, what do you mean?
You're ruining her whole vacation.
This is my daughter's
Like,
vacation.
Dad,
This
why?
is not my daughter's vacation. My daughter got summer camp
Like,
tomorrow.
what did I do to deserve this punishment?
Yeah.
One time asking, can we put up the other child for adoption on the black market and shit? Yeah, children.
Shit, real. It was real. I ordered pizza today. They all had pizza, and then they just went upstairs. They wanted to go outside and play in the rain. I'm like, fuck no. Because if one of y'all get hurt, y'all not suing me for that shit. Like, no. Not like my family would. I'm just saying, like, hell no. Nah, because one of y'all gonna get hurt.
Plus, you don't want
You
them
know
coming in
what
the
I'm
house
saying?
all dirty and shit.
True. Just tracking up the floor and all that. Like, come on, y'all
That's
bugging.
like my little one. My little one's obsessed with Peppa Pig. So every time it rains, I gotta go jump in muddy puddles. No, the fuck you don't. You need to stay your ass inside. That's what the fuck you really need to do.
Gotta get the galoshes out. Go out there and play in the
Yeah, she
puddles.
puts on her rain boots. She's like, I'm ready to go jump in muddy puddles. I'm like, you're ready to go the fuck inside.
Man, big facts. Like, that shit is crazy. So, I think we had a good day. I don't know. Like, my daughter had a rough day because after that, she just kept doing crazy shit. And I'm just like, all right, I'm going to leave you alone, girl. Like,
She's going through it.
You a special case today. I don't know what it is. Like, your mom's going on vacation once and you just start acting up. Like, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean?
So how long they going for?
What up?
How long they going for?
There's not enough estrogen in the house. That's
Few
what it is.
days. They're going for a few days. A little under a week. You know what I mean?
A little under a
A
week.
little under a week. They in Puerto Rico chilling, White Sands and stuff. They need
I hear
it.
that.
You know what I'm saying? They need a break from the kids. They need a break from us. Like,
Facts, I feel you, but isn't it like hurricane season, bro?
I don't know. They booked it, bro. So hurricane season isn't until like October through December, I believe.
It's August through October, bro.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, today's August 1st. What do you think? Was the clouds formed today?
Yeah, only because
What was that? I'm sorry.
I was looking forward to. Go ahead. What you said, Melissa?
I said, it's only August 1st. What do you think the clouds formed today?
Like, yo, as soon as the first
No
hit,
smart
here comes
ass.
the
No smart ass. They form at the end of
hurricane
July.
season is coming on time. Like, it started at 6 a.m. Word up. But yeah, they chilling, man. They chilling in the barrio somewhere right now.
Living in Florida for 13 years, you get to used to this shit because this is right when we have our hurricane parties. You get started having up their barbecues. This is our season. This is when it go down. You never know what the weather's gonna be like, and if you're gonna have lights for the rest of the week or not. So this is the time frame where we start watching. that's why I know that thing.
Mm.
All right, what you looking at, Melissa? You seem like engaged in something else.
I'm just sending
Mm.
no, because Betsy's in Miami and I have control of her money right now, so I'm sending her some.
Oh,
That's what friends are for. I'll see
that's
you
what
in
friends
Miami.
are for.
It's her first time. She's so excited.
Miami is dope. You ever been?
I hate
Yeah, of
Miami.
course.
I hate
Oh
Miami.
yeah, Miami
I
was
used to-
fire when I
Well,
went.
to me,
Miami's wild.
I'm like desensitized to Miami because my dad used to travel a lot for work growing up. So he used to like take me to a lot of places and a lot of times they would send him to Miami. So he would take me with him. So I was like, oh, Miami. But obviously this was pre-turning 21 and stuff. Once I turned 21, I was like, oh, this is my shit. Until you realize how expensive it is to be in Miami. And then I'm like, fuck this. I'm going back home and hanging out in White Plains.
I mean, like, what's your thing? Why do you like Miami so much?
I wouldn't say that I love it so much or anything. It's just nice to get away from home. It doesn't matter where it is. You could send me to Arkansas for all I care, but if it's a couple of days away from my house, hey, why not?
The way my family built up, me and Arkansas don't get along. We can't.
I'm just at a
Arkansas,
point.
never been.
I'm at a point in my
no
life.
idea
Like,
what's in
I'm in my
Arkansas.
30s now. I'm trying to get out of the rut that I personally stuck myself in. You know, like
What's that?
even when we went to Memorial Day weekend, we went to Belmar. That's something that I normally would not have done. You know, I'm trying to get.
You know what's
myself out of
funny?
my basement.
You know what's funny is I'll go see what's popping in Japan before I go see what's up in Arkansas, and that's a fact. That's a whole fact. You know what I mean? And no disrespect to Arkansas, but there's just really nothing out there for me to be like, yo, I want to go to Arkansas.
I mean,
Like-
I don't even know I don't even know what the capital of Arkansas is. I don't even know where it is. You know what I mean? I'm just
That's
saying,
good.
like, I'm just
You
at a
did not
point
study
where, like,
geography, George.
I'm just like at a point where I don't want to be like close to home. I want to venture out. I want to see new things. I don't really care where it is. I'm tired of doing the same thing with the same people every weekend, and you know, like even
So
if
you want to go to Arkansas?
I want to go anywhere that somebody sends me for free, because if it's free, it's for me.
Go Stanford.
That's it. We've been doing that. So we've been doing Stanford. We've been doing bars in Portchester. We've been doing bars other places that are not White Plains. I like going to places where people just don't know who I am. Where
So you
can,
should
like,
go to
start-
Fargo.
Where
You
the
should
fuck
go to
is
Fargo.
that?
out there.
Dakota?
Fargo.
North Dakota?
Yeah, Minnesota. Yeah. Out there with them guys.
It's too cold there. I don't even like cold in New York. You think I want
But
cold?
nobody's gonna know who you are though.
I know, but no one's gonna know where I am if I go to your house either. So
Yeah.
Bro,
You're not
hold
coming to my
Hold up.
house. Yo, get out of here. You're not coming to my house.
I just invited myself. I invited myself to the cookout.
No. I'm gonna be like, no. Nah, you might be able to make a cookout. Bring your kids. I'll tell my wife. Tell my wife.
hold on. Heather, you want Melissa, you want to head out there? You want to go out there?
Yeah, I'm down.
There it is. You were supposed to come out when you were supposed to come out, bro.
Today.
Have a clock watch BBQ.
Today, did you
I'm
come?
supposed to be here today. I had to talk to her. I talked to her this morning, but I had to work at I did a show last night at Mount Kisco, and it was actually packed last night. So shit, I didn't get home to like.
How far is Mount Kisco from White Plains? Far, right?
15 minutes.
Oh. So maybe next Saturday I'll go up there.
Okay, you can do that.
Yeah.
She said no. We ain't doing that next Saturday. She letting you know. She said, "Pump your brakes, mommy. Pump your brakes.
Yeah, I go where I want.
Pump your brakes. You promised we were gonna watch Little Rainbow Reinvented.
I went to Brazen last night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You still go? I don't go there anymore. I don't do things like that.
It was packed in there. Like
It always is with mommy and daddy's money. Yeah. It's like Brazen, Hudson, all those type of bars in White Plains, all like the the Pace Law students and daddy got money type shit like that.
Yeah, those are the higher end bars.
Yeah, that's what they like to call them. So yeah,
Those are the enforced dress code bars.
yeah. So we don't. I don't really do
Racist
much of that.
bars.
Yeah.
That's what I like to call them. The racist bars. Nah,
Not
they
really
don't
though.
do
They
it.
deny everybody. No, they really deny your white ass as well. They don't give a shit.
They don't like flat berms in there.
It's just a different thing. And then across the street,
I seen some kid last night. Because obviously weed's legal in New York now. He had a weed pen, right? He's hitting it. You see this big ass cloud. This a fucking female security guard grabbed him by the back of his neck and his dreads, and she just said, "You're out of here." I was like, "Okay, bitch, shine."
It's mad aggressive.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I'm not really feeling this whole legalization in New York shit.
Why?
Because I'm so tired of smelling it every fucking where I go.
Well, so that's and like we've had this conversation before. It's one thing to smoke outside. It's one thing to smoke like at your local park where children are. That's
no. I mean, because I'm DJing, open up the back door, and the crowd comes in like.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I understand you practicing your right, but I'm not even like, I don't want to smell this shit all night.
Okay, but do you think people want to smell you smoking cigarettes all night?
They do. That's why smoking is actually legal, and it was always. That's why they have smoking areas. So if you're in a smoking area,
you can't be partial on that one, though.
It's the same shit.
Tired for like weed and a bush nose. Tired for like pipe and a gully.
American, whatever.
To come out.
Well, hold on. I can't stand the smell of cigarettes. That's the same thing.
But you smoke them. You smoke like a pack a day.
That's what everybody is singing Jacob Miller right now. Tired for like weed in a bush. Tired for like pipe in a gully. Yeah, I shit you not. I came outside of Walmart the other day, grocery shopping, my guy, and there was some Sensimilia in the air, and I was like, "Wow,
is it
this
legal
is
in Jersey?
Walmart? Yeah,
this is New York.
I didn't know.
This is motherfucking Walmart." I'm like, "Wow,
okay."
Well, here people just walking by the cops smoking, no fucks given anymore. Like even by my job.
Can't you get like a public intoxication ticket though? That still exists. No,
you have to be able to. There's no liquor. You have to.
You can't walk down the street drinking liquor. It's like
but I'm talking about weed. Like
the same shit.
Can just walk past the cops smoking bud, and they can't.
That's like I feel like that's bullshit because if I can't walk down the street with an open bottle, then I shouldn't be able to walk down the street with a lit blunt. You know what I'm saying?
There are laws, so you really can't be walking down the street like that because
that's crazy. Like
the establishments,
that's public intoxication.
You can't really do that. Yeah. But people don't give a fuck.
The establishment allows certain shit like alcohol and shit. And soon there's gonna be like marijuana licenses too.
They have to have regulations.
When my boyfriend was working in downtown White Plains, he used to just walk down the street smoking a blunt on his way home. It didn't matter if there was cops or not, because it's the same thing as if you're smoking a cigarette.
No, I understand, but they're not enforcing it yet. They're not enforcing it yet. There is citations and stuff like that because
the thing is, though,
they weren't legalizing. They couldn't make money off of it,
right?
And they have to make money with tickets, and there's have to be too much. When too much is enough. If you carry more than a certain amount, you can't just walk around with you
can have 3 ounces personal on you.
Yo,
that's exactly my point.
The thing of the night is
3 ounces of weed.
You can walk around. You cannot compare this to smoking cigarettes. Smoking cigarettes is allowed in public spaces, but what you can do is public drinking. You're not public drinking anywhere. You're not walking down from home from work drinking a beer in front of a cop. They're gonna tell you, yo, put your fucking bottle away and go home.
There are places around here where you can do it, but
that falls on the local law enforcement then.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That falls on them because at the end of the day, you have to be 21 to buy alcohol and you have to be 21 to buy weed. So they're both one and the same. If you can't do one without doing the fucking other. Like you can't just wild out, hey, weed is legal now. Weed is legal, yes, and they come from your fucking home. You know what I'm saying? Or concerts and shit like that. But come on, man! Like you can't just be walking down the street smoking blunts and parks in the front of the fucking cops. What up?
Well, that's my point. And because it's so and now it's legal, people are actually taking advantage of abusing their privilege to do that, and that's why I'm talking about like give it a rest, my brother. Like you ain't got to come back and smoke 10 blunts back here.
They singing Jacob Miller right now, and it's funny. It's really funny. But my thing is like this: I don't think so much as they ruin it. The cops really have to get the local law enforcement really have to get on there, start handing out tickets for fucking public intoxication, and that's just what it is. If y'all want that,
you're not fucking swaying back and forth. You're not.
Yeah, but you're smoking. You're getting high in public. That's public intoxication. You're drinking in public. That's public intoxication. You're smoking in public. That's public intoxication. It's the same shit.
I don't really see it that way. I mean, granted, I'm one of those people that smokes everywhere because, like I said, I have respect for the even if like I'm smoking in my car, let's say right before work, because I'm not gonna smoke outside of my car. I'm gonna smoke in my car. So let's say I'm smoking in my car, my windows are down, it's right before work, whatever the case may be. If I see a mom with a kid walking by, I'm gonna pull my windows up because that's not fair. That little kid didn't ask to be exposed to that smell. You know what I mean?
Guess what? If a cop pulls you over after you say, "Hey, all right, I'm high now. Now let me go drive home," and he pulls you over, you get a DUI because that's public intoxication. Yes, you do. Your car smells like trees.
They're not allowed to search you anymore for what's it called? Fuck, what's that? I forgot. I say it all the time too.
Stopping first.
Well, they're not allowed to assume that you have weed on you just because you smell like weed. You could be like, "Oh, officer, I smoked an hour ago." You know what I mean? Mm. But it is illegal.
What that shit is, what that is gonna get us
it's illegal to drive and smoke. So if an officer sees me smoking a blunt in my car, yes, he is allowed to give me a ticket. But if my car is off, parked, sitting there, he can't say shit to me. Which is why I say like I'll smoke. But again,
what do you mean? Even if if you're smoking in your driver's seat.
With the car off.
At all, you decide you want to turn that car on. As soon as you hit the ignition, it can hit you with the brakes and give you a DUI.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. No doubt about it.
Because that's still law that you're not allowed to smoke while driving. But you are allowed to smoke. If I want to go sit outside on my front stoop, I can go smoke outside on my front stoop.
What is it? What is the probable cause? Weed smoke is a probable cause to search your car anymore?
That's what. No, yeah, no.
That's not probable cause.
No, even if I have 8 ounces on me and they smell it in my car, you can't do probable cause anymore.
Also, in other states where it is legal, they have these tests that they can swab your mouth with and see just how fast you were smoking.
You need a warrant to search my mouth.
That sounds strange coming off. But hold on. While legalization is statewide in New York, legislation allows local leaders to implement further restrictions on where marijuana can be smoked. So it's important to keep up with your local laws as well.
Right.
It also says you can't smoke in bars, you can't smoke transportation, public transportation.
Parks.
It says terminals, schools, colleges, university, hospital, indoors, arenas, zoos, workplaces, restaurants and bars. It says that.
So pretty much any place that houses a child.
No, they're not child at bars.
Right. You can't have kids in bars, you know what I mean? Like things like that. Yeah, you can't smoke around kids. Like, you can't smoke in Central Park. You can't smoke at Washington Square Park. But you can smoke on the street outside of Washington Square Park.
Yeah.
I heard everybody smoking in Washington Square Park. I heard that's actually a huge problem.
You're not supposed to.
They said it's like crackhead.
3 ounces of marijuana
in Washington Square Park right now because
of 4 ounces of marijuana concrete.
Okay. Yeah, 420 Washington Square Park was a shit show. Only because I seen videos of it.
I read all about it in the Daily News.
Yeah.
I read all about it.
Hold on. Residents are able to grow up to 6 plants at home.
You can grow it in your backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like I said, I mean, it's definitely, and I get where people are coming from. Again, like I said, like my kids have never seen me smoke. I'm very respectful of that. I don't want my children to be that smell to be imposed on them, things of that nature. But even for me, like my restaurant happens to be on a really nice like terrace. It's right next to
a nice restaurant. Do you work at a really nice restaurant?
I work at a seafood restaurant, so it's pretty
expensive
to go there. It's called
City Island.
No.
We ain't gonna tell that. Put your business out there.
Yeah, I just work at a seafood restaurant in White Plains. But yeah, I don't need no stalkers popping up. And but what's it
I was
called?
gonna pop up with my wife though. Like,
All
my
right,
bad.
well you could
You should
direct
get
message
some
me.
free pop. What happened?
So you could direct message me. So what's it called?
You
But
don't
yeah,
want to give your restaurant some free pop? People come pop up on you.
No, they don't pay
You
me
never know.
enough.
You might have a fan with $2,000.
That is above my pay grade, sir. Thank you.
You gotta have a man to be like, yo, I gotta fight every night to prove my love.
So, but yeah, like we
You
have a
might
really
like that stalker, y'all. A few chicks meet some stalkers here, and now they a thing. So,
as I was
you
saying,
might like that love. You know what I mean? Like,
we have a really nice terrace though, because we're up on the top. You have a really nice view of the city of White Plains and whatnot. But like, people are out there just freely smoking weed, and we have tables out there where people sit and eat on our patio, and it definitely deters people from wanting to eat out there when you know that someone next
just
to you
smoking weed. So why don't y'all tell them they can't smoke there?
Because it's a public situation.
Nah, y'all be like, yo, we don't allow weed
restaurant.
smoke here. We
You
don't allow
can
weed
fuck around,
smoke.
hold up. Yeah, you can actually fuck around and lose your liquor license.
They're costing y'all customers. At the end of the day, they're costing y'all customers. All you need is one customer to complain to the local authorities, and y'all jammed up. Y'all don't have a marijuana license, said y'all can smoke freely in there. What are y'all doing?
It's not even us. Like we're next door to a gym, right? People are smoking outside the gym 24/7 before they walk in the gym. They're getting that post gym high. I mean that pre-post.
Wow, like niggas is just going crazy with the weed.
But that's what I'm telling you. Like that's why as soon as I said legal, everybody's just lighting up, walking in. That's what I'm saying. Like, so I'm DJ.
Like it's a cigarette. It's not a cigarette, my guy. Like, what the fuck is going on?
You want to get a little secondhand high?
Like
You want some munchies?
10, 15, lighting up like it was like every 5 minutes lighting up a new one. I'm like, yo, come on, B. Like, I want oxygen, bitch. I want oxygen, this motherfucker. I don't want like.
Well, so now Clips, for you who works in like the medical field, since weed is now legalized, are you allowed to smoke weed? Like if they were to come up in a drug test, would you get fired?
Absolutely no. I get fucking done in.
Fired.
Really?
Fired.
Yeah, most companies do.
Fire. Absolutely. We are not allowed to fuck with it. There are some companies stepping out in front of it, like Amazon, like, yeah, we'll never test for marijuana because it's legal in your state. So, we'll be the first to stand against racial discrimination, because at the end of the day, it is a form of discrimination unless someone gets hurt on the job while they're intoxicated, but that's neither here nor there. I've seen it used for good. I've seen it used for evil. You know what I'm saying? So
everything with that as well.
Not at my job in particular, but at the same time, it's it's one of those lines that going into, so you don't want to cross. I mean,
well, a lot of people know that, but it's the thing about it is how companies get away with it is where their corporate headquarters are, and whatever the bylaws of that state is, where the corporate headquarters is, where all the other places are going to be.
Yeah. Well, I just asked that because I recently read in the paper, I think it was like the Post for my town or whatever, that the DA for Westchester has literally gotten rid of every single marijuana conviction.
No, Brooklyn got rid of all that. They had
they got rid of every marijuana.
Every case. They dropped every case.
Yeah.
But they still got.
That's why I asked, since you work in the medical field and now it's legal.
I don't work in a medical field though. I mean, it is kind of like the medical field. Like I do prep the certain gases for oxygen that we ship to hospitals and all sorts of stuff. That's how we're able to work throughout the pandemic. But that being said, I think for any position of work that I'm in is going to always test for marijuana. They're always going to do, I was just talking to a few friends today, like they just got new jobs out in Pennsylvania, and absolutely they run all of that. Some require full physical and everything. So, just learn how to stop. Like as far as that goes, as far as like taking care of your family and supporting you and yours, like you have a choice to make and a responsibility to uphold, So
smoking a tweed really worth it.
What up?
Let me tell you this. I'm more of an edible man anyway, so shit. I gotta worry about my clothes smelling like shit. I gotta be. I don't. That stuff that fucking paranoia you get when you walk up at some place. Be like, damn, I smell like my shit. I'm good. I'm good. Like I hate that smell. Yeah, I hate this. Like it is what it is. Now, if we at a concert, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what's up. I'm chilling with my dudes. Yeah, that's what's up. But like, I'm just like, if I'm at work, I don't want to smell that shit. Like, I'm with my kids. I don't want to walk down the street having them smell that shit. Don't ruin my air. Don't ruin my air.
I went to the Up in Smoke tour a few years ago with Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg. You better believe they baked that bitch out.
That was probably crazy. Yeah. I mean, they probably went nuts in there. You know?
It was right at Jones Theater too. Not one person, not one security guard said anything about it. Not one.
Same thing with the Dave Matthews concert.
Stage anyway, so.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
The same thing at Dave Matthews concert.
Oh my God, yeah. This guy had the startup kit, y'all. He had the startup kit. He had the Dave Matthews startup kit, man. White Cat. He had motherfucking what's some shots? The cinnamon shots.
Oh, I don't do
that. Was motherfucking Cinnamon Jim. He was out here doing.
You know that. She know I don't drink that. I drink strictly Jameson.
Jim shots, y'all. I was like,
I don't drink
what? You out of pocket? You had the Cinnamon Jim edibles. Oh,
what?
I don't drink nothing brown.
You don't drink nothing brown?
I don't drink brown liquor. I don't drink brown liquor. The other day when you were doing Jameson shot, what did I do? I did tequila.
Casamigo. Yeah. You do that fake Casamigo. It's funny how the killer comes in and out. You get the designer shit Patron was in, now Patron out. I get Casamigo. Is that what it is, Casamigo?
It's Casamigos. Personally, everybody says that Casamigo is smoother than Patron. I can't fucking stomach Casamigos the way I can stomach Patron.
Well, you would order it. You wanted me to get you with a chilled one the other day.
No, I got a Patron shot. He gave me a Patron shot.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I like what I like.
If we ever dated, me and her, I would have to beat her, and I would have to be a man. I would have to admit this shit. It would be like a domestic.
On audio.
Yeah, it's on audio. I would have to listen because she gets out of hand.
Okay, domestic violence.
You would have to call me. You would have to call me Ike. Because,
yo, but like, why you gonna beat a woman? Why you gonna beat out?
Because she beat you too. That's the problem. That's the thing. It's she be putting her hands. I saw her put her hands on her dude. Like
she put hands on her man.
No, I didn't. I shoved him.
She be putting her hands. She's very. What's the word? She's no shrinking violet. So she's very aggressive.
I wouldn't say all that.
She's a bully.
But I will tase your ass if you act up. So
yeah, she's a bully. What's acting up?
I've gotten to that point, so
all I heard is shrieking voice over the music. I'm like, what the hell is he yelling?
Because he was
Yes, he does. Yeah. Obviously, he's a nice guy. Because
yeah, she yelling at him across the bar to get over here, and he not trying to get embarrassed by her, but she gonna embarrass him anyway and yelling at him in front of everybody. Yeah.
Stop it. First of all, if I'm yelling, it's because the music's too loud and he can't hear over it. I ain't crazy.
Get up and walk over to him.
Hell no, I ain't losing my spot.
But, see?
Listen, my wife is nuts. I love her. She nuts, but she would never do some shit like that.
Yeah.
If I walked away from her in that clout, she would be like, all right.
MJ don't play. Like, what is she doing now? Like, what are you doing?
What do you mean? He was playing pool.
She'll kill me later, but she ain't going
That's what I was doing.
Anyway, but I didn't even know. I didn't know who she was. Came in, makeup all done, looking like Michael Jackson.
I was looking at fucking fly as hell.
Stepped up his clothes.
She had the.
I had my hair done. I had makeup.
You had old boy Pascala in the middle of the club. That's messed up.
I didn't even know who she was. I was like, what's up? Like,
you were like, damn, who's this daddy? shit. It's
I want to say that. I want to say all that. But I didn't know who she was. We got pictures posted up on our. If you guys go to our Instagram right there, I posted a picture of me and MJ up there. I don't know if she knows the picture's up there. But it's on there because she's not even paying attention. She don't even know the picture's being taken at the moment I'm taking it. Yeah, no, you didn't even smile because you didn't know I was taking the picture.
So you're a creep, is what you're saying.
Of course. I got more pictures when you were asleep. I've been in your house on your rap right there.
Yeah, you hear this shit? Someone call the feds. Someone call the feds.
No, it was just that because the other ones looked so cheesy when she was smiling out like this, so I didn't post that one. I had
it's like, that's such a beautiful picture, and you took it.
Because I was looking good in that picture. I wasn't taking it. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, so he can look good in the picture, but the rest of
he was very white. He was black and very
Yeah, so yeah, we have a good time. Just come out there.
That's what's up.
So if you guys are in the area, come on down to O'Connor's on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. We have a good time. Yo, how on Wednesday she show up to my job and she be like, "Yo, why are you playing this old shit? It's old school Wednesday." So
first of all, ain't nobody vibing to that shit until I'm like, yo, put on the 2010s, and then everybody's like, yo, it's popping in here. I'm like, yep. That's all me.
And hold on, and then I catch her when I'm playing this shit, be singing along to this shit, popping her head like this, having a good time.
That's from Pasadena to Medina, like
I can't help it. My parents put me onto old music, and I know it.
Prognosis. That's what you hit them with, the total shit.
All that shit. And she be like, that grandpa. Then I hit it with the summertime. I hit it with that summertime last week. Was it? Yeah, summertime. She's all singing along. Summer. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
You know, fucking Madonna and shit.
She loved that shit too. I don't know why she friend.
Yeah, you on old school Wednesdays, I remember you on old school Wednesdays. You used to body that shit.
Old white people, so he's playing girls just want to have fun. Like, that's what I want to listen to. Fuck out of here.
Hold up. Shorty asked for that. Your friend.
Don't be calling people that aren't my friends. I
thought that was your friend. A friend of a friend of yours.
Acquaintances.
All right, whatever. Acquaintances. She wanted to hear that. She was having a hard day, and she wanted to have a little fun. So anyway.
Hold on, I'll be right back. You're on the couch.
Oh, what, bro? Anyway, so what are your plans for this? Well, shit, the weekend's always over. Like, damn. It is Sunday. I keep forgetting the show's on Sunday now.
It's Sunday.
Hello?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to eat?
I went to this old restaurant that I used to work at. It's like my favorite place. I am super, super loyal to them. I love them. It's an Italian restaurant right in Valhalla. Well, Thornwood. I go there often. I mean, my old boss is like literally like family. I would consider him like a dad to me. He is by far one of the greatest human beings that's ever been placed into my life. I mean, he's been in my life through some shit with my kid's dad and dealing with custody battles and all that. So he is definitely someone that I hold very special in my heart. And so whenever I get a chance to see him, I stop in, grab a meal. He loves my kids. He's seen my kids grow up. Everybody that works there seen my kids grow up. I mean, I started working there when my oldest, who's now 10, was 4. So, and then I was pregnant with the baby working there. So I definitely go there as much as possible.
Well, that's dope. See, I give her a subject and she run off on it. You're talking about the restaurant right next to Acme, right?
Yeah. Silvio's. They definitely deserve a shout out. He is awesome. He's been in business for 53, 54 years. I mean, their food is absolutely amazing. Family owned. He is a wonderful human being who's always doing charity work. He's always donating. I mean, if there's anybody that deserves good things in their life, it's definitely him. He's just a wonderful person.
Yeah, the Acme is one of my stores I go to as well. Mm-hmm. So I gotta go see them actually this week as well. Yeah, so what's the 401? Like, what's the next major thing coming on, man? Like, what are you doing? Your kids going back to school, getting ready, going shopping? What's the target thing right now?
I haven't started shit just because what if we get locked down again and then I'm gonna get stuck with all this shit in my house? So I'm waiting. Last time. it was like, oh, get your back to school shopping, and then my kid sat at home for another year. So,
Well, you're getting your monthly credits, right? Your monthly credits and shit.
what?
The monthly credits from Biden.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't get shit actually. Surprisingly,
Did you or did you not?
I did not. So yeah, I didn't get anything for the month of July.
Wait, did your address change in last since you filed taxes?
And I filed my taxes. He obviously knows I have 2 children under the age of 18, and I didn't get shit. And that's surprising because normally I get, whenever everything rolls out, I'm usually one of the first people to get something. But
Did you get some money, Black?
Yeah, but that shit was going like
Yeah,
they were.
You got some money though. You got some money though. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it comes on the 15th for everyone.
I didn't get shit.
You got some money.
I think you hiding it. Somebody got you though. Maybe you made money again.
She yeah. Get some nigga. She owes some nigga money.
Yeah, all right though. We gonna publicize that.
You don't want that nigga to know that she got that money. Like,
No, I was actually very surprised.
No, I didn't get it yet. I'm broke.
Word to the wise, everybody that's in New York, that unemployment, if you're receiving unemployment, it ends. Some people get it will end the 9th of next month or September 5th. So that extra money that you were getting in your unemployment check, if you were getting them, anybody that's watching that's getting unemployment, those days are coming to an end quick, fast. All right.
They doing that? They done unemployment?
Yeah, in September. Yeah. That's why I'm still milking it. That's why I'm still milking it. I go to work part-time and then
when are they done in it? And they done in it?
Well, for some people, it's going to be this end August 9th. A lot of programs will shut down in New York August 9th. Okay. But I believe for the extra $300, that ends on September 5th.
Yeah.
So it all depends when you sign up and what you were approved for and if it's extended. So if you got it, like if say that you already expired your claim, and then you got an extended claim, that is going to end on the 9th. So if you're in the extended, they're going to try to end it on the 9th.
Yeah.
Unless
my unemployment ended back in March. And I was eligible for the pandemic unemployment, so it continued going.
Yeah.
When was that last time?
But I go to work. I mean, heard you say, as long as you're not working 40 hours.
I need a job.
Well, yeah, I understand this though. Like it's like crazy because people are still hiring, but people still don't want to pay. And then the ones that do. That's
the problem, and that's one of the conversations that I was having with my old boss today. Is that it's not that I don't want to go back to work full time. I would love to. I would love to have a 9 to 5, and then partially work at night for extra money. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna. I was trying to get back into the law field, which is what I was doing. But I'm not going to go back for $15 an hour. And before the 15 in January, they wanted to give me $13 an hour to sit in an office and do. I'm like, sorry, sir. I was making $22 an hour before the pandemic. I'm not going to take that much of a pay decrease.
There's some jobs out here that are starting for $24 an hour. You just don't have to. You just can't smoke weed.
I will gladly not smoke weed for $24 an hour.
Yeah, they got jobs like that here.
21, 22.
You got jobs like that here.
20 and ups. Plenty of jobs out here.
I literally
hiring. Just gotta
the weed. The problem is there's no benefits with those jobs.
Right.
No, there are benefits with these jobs that I'm talking about. These ones, you get the full benefits, full fucking full vacation, pay vacation, PTO, fucking 401k, all of that is included. You get all of that.
And that's what it is too, you know?
All
like
benefits.
I'm not a 17-year-old kid saving up for my first car.
Smoking.
You know what I mean? Like I have priorities. I have children. And so like even when I sign up for some of these jobs that are in the field that I would like to work in, they're like, okay, well, we love your credentials. We love, when can you start? Blah, blah, blah. What would you like for your salary? I'm not going to take less than $45,000 a year. And that's starting. And people are like, oh, no. Like, we can start you off at like 32. 32. You're basically paying my rent for the year. That's fucking nothing. 45 is still under the poverty line. You know what I mean? Like, I'm being generous when I say 45. And that's.
I get you because I get calls all the time because my resume is out there and I have 6 different resumes. I have one that has all my certificates from medical, get my associate in applied science. I have like all of it has all my certifications on there. So it shows radiology, phlebotomy, all that shit. You'll see all that shit on there. So I'm getting calls from radio. Like one, I think last week was an MRI standing place in White Plains. Wanted me to come in, and I'm like, yeah, I have a degree in this. I'm not working underneath this. Like, and I love my job now because my job I practically make. What the fuck is this? I see the laugh. That was.
Bill's trying to give MJ the job for Miss Keller, to be honest. Pays better than 45K a year. Get your money up.
I'm saying.
Not an MGM.
So nevertheless, so they offered. They were talking to me about the job. They went out to my qualifications or like that. But they were offering, and there's no one. I mean, the insurance is minimal. It's just hours of bullshit. Because she's like, "Are you afraid? Can you work 3 to 11?" I'm like, "No, I run my own company. Like, I'm not gonna give up my company to come work for y'all and give your dream. You're gonna have to give me more money than that. We're looking at 65 to start. I'm not going. I live in White Plains, Westchester. The average income was like 79 or 78,000 for a single person, and like families like 100 something like that in this area. This is you can't live here without making money. It's about bread living here.
Yeah.
And so it's like
they were saying around the U.S. that even at $15 an hour at minimum wage, it's not enough for a person to live in a 2-bedroom apartment.
No, hell no. Hell no. That is not enough. Not at all.
I remember the days when I thought $15 was a lot of money. I mean, that was a long time ago. So
niggas is like $15. Yeah, not now. Hell no, that ain't shit.
I'm like, you insulting me, nigga?
That rate gotta go up. That rate gotta go all the way up. Like
but everything else goes up, and but the rate of pay doesn't go up. And you can't say that. Like, you can't say that companies are not making money, because they are making money. They just don't want to pay more money. Like, there are some companies that don't, and you know what? It's because mostly the companies ran pretty poorly. If you can't find the money in this economy, people buy bullshit. You have to find the money.
Yeah, look at this asshole Bezos that went up to space and was like, "Thank you to all my consumers and workers. I wouldn't have been able to make this happen without you. Go fuck yourself."
Hold on. McDonald's. Haven't you noticed that everything went up more in McDonald's?
I would not work at McDonald's. No offense, guys.
McDonald's is a hard ass job. It's not even front. I don't even front of that shit.
First of all, I got a mouth on me. You send the wrong person to me at the wrong time, and we fighting. I'm gonna throw a fucking Coke in your face. Get the fuck away from me. And
you're not gonna even have time to argue with that lunch shit. You hit with that lunch hour. You know how many people they serve? Did you watch the lines?
Wrapping around a building. They ain't hustling, bro.
They ain't got time to even shit right. They ain't got time to do not a damn thing.
Nah, that line don't end either. That's just stay there for hours.
Crazy though, too.
The people that are inside, and then the people that go inside.
Well, that's like it's crazy.
Niggas is mad at the line, so they go inside, and now that line be getting bigger. You know what I'm saying?
And people don't think they deserve to get money. Their job is harder than a lot of motherfucking other people.
Well, they need the 15. I think that's bullshit. They need the 15.
My point. That's why they need
the 15. They can definitely use the 15.
More than 15 because
Chipotle,
which is downstairs from my job, they start you off at $16.75 an hour.
Plus, well, they had to. They had to because McDonald's raised theirs, and they couldn't. And they're supposed to be a high end, supposed to be like restaurant type eatery, fast food. So they have to show them that it's worth working there.
Well, I think that what really started that too was
I think McDonald's should just stay at 15. They'll be all right. Like they're about to get a whole $5 raise. Their minimum wage right now is what, 10? So
no, it's 15.
Raise it up 5.
It is 15. No, but at this point,
are they 15 in? I don't think they are.
No, they're 15.
I do not think they are.
They're 15.
They're 15 because Biden upped the minimum wage for all companies to be 15, except for servers. So I'm the only asshole not getting $15 an hour.
Hold on, at McDonald's?
You in that tip
Everybody. I'm as a waitress. I am not allowed to make $15 an hour because I'm supposed to depend on tips. But who the fuck tips anymore?
No one tips, but I'll tip you.
So that's why when you come to my restaurant, unfortunately, I am gonna gratuity your ass every single time.
That's illegal too. Fraud.
No,
I'm going to tell you this. I will give you
Yeah,
a
the
great
minimum wage in New Jersey is 11, bro.
Yeah, that hasn't been effective yet. It will be 15.
That's $11.
No, now it is, but it hasn't changed. It's going to change. It will go into effect, and then it will be changed to 15. I don't know the dates on it yet. Just like waiting for my student loan to be erased. So tell me how you feel about how do you feel about the whole raise and shit like that? What state are you serving, Carlos?
All right.
well,
And
in New York.
Gary says, good post. I work in corporate America, almost half smoke weed and other do drugs, making over 100 plus K a year. Yeah, prevent ordinary workers from doing drugs. Yeah, it's discrimination.
We were just
I called
talking
it from the
about.
gate. That shit is discrimination as hell. Because of McDonald's are due to inflation, also know the only way to tax the poor federally is through stimulus, which creates inflation. Absolutely, yep. He's right. I mean, we're feeling the effects right now. Some states are $4 for gas. So.
Oh shit! No, listen.
Gas over by me is like $3.45 right now.
No, hold on. See, in New York, especially where we live, it all depends what area of New York you're in. Like you can go, like I was in Pound Ridge the other day. Gas there was $4.59, and that is an affluent neighborhood. So they figure, motherfuckers, huh?
I'll walk. Thank you.
No, because it's also what's called bed. What do you call it there?
Bedford Hills.
Bedford. That's where Superman lived. All that shit like that. All the stars.
Stewart, Ralph Lauren.
They all live
You
there.
said Superman? Or you mean Henry Cavill?
No, I mean Superman, the dude that was in the wheelchair. Christopher Reeve. Yeah.
Oh, Christopher Reeve. Christopher Reeve.
And it's funny. The crazy story about it was that Robin Williams bought his house for him, and for him and his wife in Bedford Hill, and that's who bought the house for them for Superman. And took care of the ranch there and everything like that.
I think the gas is out off the chain crazy because it's just a wealthy area.
Yes, it's a wealthy area, and that's why it's they can pay that.
And let's just spin off of this because obviously everybody blames gas inflation on Biden. But can we be honest and serious with ourselves, people? Like every summer gas goes up. It doesn't matter who the fuck the president is. Every summer gas goes up.
Bro, like this, like this.
Cars.
Last time it was like this was when Bush was hanging out with us.
What do you mean? Every summer gas goes up.
That was the last time gas was like this. Was when Bush was in office. Bush Jr.
Exactly right.
I was paying like $3 something.
And we were in a recession, of course.
That's exactly right. When were you paying $3 something?
$3 something.
When?
What, like 2 years ago? 3 years ago? In the summertime?
When?
Never that.
Never that.
No, it wasn't.
The highest we got was like 2 and some change.
We was like 254. That's where we were.
Well, that's why you gotta get them Shell points.
And we were like, damn, at that. We were like, damn.
For gas the other day.
Because that's exactly. I bought this we call it the Hyundai from the car, and I know that the gas was like when the gas was low. Then I was like, shit, it cost me nothing. Fill this tank up. I was driving here to Virginia, and back I was like, it was like shit. That's why you always saw me pop up somewhere. I was always somewhere. But then gas was going up.
Gas was abundant and plentiful.
Over by Silvio's, it's crazy because gas by my house is like $3.09, right? You drive up to Valhalla and their gas is like $3.44, and I'm just like, yo, you're wildin'. Like I'm never gonna get gas up here.
You gotta go right there on Virginia Road to the end of the pump. That's right down there. Sign up to the app. Save you a whole bunch. Save you like 30 cents of gas.
Well, I only shop at Stop and Shop because you get Shell points. So for every 100 points, that's 10 cents. And so the other day I got gas literally for $2 because you're allowed to get up to $1 off. So I paid $2.09 for gas the other day, and I was finally able to fill my car up at normal rate. because when I was paying like $2, I would fill my car up with $40. Now that I'm paying fucking 3 something, it takes like $60 to fill up my car, and I drive a Jeep. I don't even drive a grand Jeep Cherokee. Like I drive a little fucking Jeep fucking Cherokee.
Yo, Scott Kell says gas should be expensive. We're killing the goddamn planet for it.
Let's go back to horse and buggies, bitches.
Derry says it's not all Biden's fault, but he contributed. He shut off the pipeline, whichever created the supply shortage. Mm-hmm.
Well, there's no supply shortage here because where the gas comes in is on the borderlines. Like it comes from Connecticut, comes in the shorelines there. In New Jersey is where they're docking, and this is why
we source from everywhere. We source gas from literally everywhere in the globe.
Well, and plus, in our gas.
No. I understand. I'm talking about over here. That's why Jersey used to always be the cheapest because the Portland down north area was always coming straight directly there. And that's why the gas was cheap.
And you guys are fucking shit having people pump gas for you. Come to the real.
Well, is it illegal?
Pump our own gas.
It's illegal to pump your own gas in Jersey.
For what? What did the gas line do to you? You can't pump your own gas.
Listen, you see all these idiots in New York pumping gas and spilling shit all over the place?
Yeah, crazies like to blow shit up.
Yeah, motherfuckers be going in New York, be pumping their own gas. Gas be pumping on it, be going around the wrong side of the damn car.
All on the fucking street.
Gas leaking all over the damn place.
Cigarettes burning.
Why illegal in New York then?
No, you gotta relax.
You guys are lazy.
Yeah.
Yo,
and then I gotta tip those motherfuckers for pumping my gas. Fuck out of here.
No, you tip them.
Of course I do. Anything that's a service I tip for.
You tip me?
As somebody who works in the service industry, fuck you ain't getting $1 from me. As somebody who works in the service industry, I fully understand that every dollar is something that you are working for. They are probably making less than minimum wage. If you're pumping like this, I'm gonna give you $2. If you're
tip your gas attendants, everybody in New Jersey, please.
Hold on.
Everybody, whoever makes my food to go, you're gonna get tipped because at the end of the day, somebody has to pack that food, somebody has to make that food, somebody has to put those utensils in there. Everybody gets tipped when it comes.
I'm filling your soul with music. You don't tip me one. I'm gonna fill my.
I don't give a shit. I can go sit in my car and fill my own soul with music.
No, see, your mind ain't ready.
Hold
you don't
up.
even know what
let me pull up my Spotify playlist.
It's all right. It ain't your Spotify ain't good as me. Your Spotify ain't good as me. I don't want to hear that shit.
I'm gonna pull up my own Spotify. Yo, they're about to hire me at fucking O'Connor.
Yeah. I'm about to sign up there, my son keep waking up, and I want to get him right for the night.
All right.
Yeah.
Appreciate you for being on tonight with us.
Well, as always, man. As always, I'm gonna fall through on Sunday and fuck with y'all. Y'all already know. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta get this nonsense off her chest. So she about to
I want to say what's up to everybody though in Clockwatch Land, man. Keep tuning in, man. We still out here acting up. Y'all see us. We still out here.
We talking shit, but at least we talking, right?
Word up. I'm gonna get with y'all.
Do your family thing, family man.
Hold on. Well, yeah. So she had to go for a little bit, know what I'm saying? But now I'm just
That is censorship.
Hey, you know all about that. Remember that. So where were we at? We were talking some shit. See, interrupted the flow of things. Leave. So anyway,
we're all over the place tonight.
We are. We definitely are. But what else did you want to hit us with? I know you got something to say.
I don't think I got shit to say. I'm so lazy today. All I've done is sleep and more sleep. I don't know what it is. I think it's like the cold weather is making me a little
prego.
It's a little tie.
Little prego.
Hell no. Shit. Let me go throw myself down some stairs.
Wow.
JK.
Wow. Majority of society looks down on servers. That's true. That's why most don't tip. I'd rather see someone serving than selling drugs. Yo, I agree with you, Cole. Listen.
Honestly, serving is a really fucking hard job at the end of the day. It's a very hard job to have to deal with so many personalities, people that don't like you, people that do like you, people that don't like your food, people that complain. At the end of the day, I'm paid to give it to you. I didn't make it.
You're right.
I didn't put it on the menu. I didn't fucking, you know what I mean? The shit that I get yelled at for sometimes, I literally say to myself, like, I do not fucking get paid enough for this shit at all whatsoever. Next comment.
Do you?
I don't need to tip my dealer because my dealer's my baby daddy. He got all the tips that I use.
Why you put that shit out there? Yeah. You know good and well he giving you service though. He making sure your shit packaged.
I already provided him with a service. I gave him beautiful children for the rest of his life. That's his tip.
You wrong for that. You want your cake and eat it too. You can't have that. You gotta listen. You gotta give a little, get a little.
Exactly, but that's what it is too. You know what I mean? Like, back to the server thing is just like the amount of personalities that you deal with, and unfortunately, you have to prejudge tables sometimes. Unfortunately, there are people in and are counting their fucking pennies, and but if this and this, what does this cost, and how much is this and this, and it's like, bro, I know you ain't taping me shit because you're sitting here counting every fucking penny. So now I know.
Fuck it, let's dive into it. So when you know you're not getting a good tip, does your service change that people?
Hell fucking yeah, it does. You better believe I'm not going to come to your table 4 or 5 or 7 or 12 times. Hell yeah. Listen, I am super cordial. I know how to do my job. I've been doing this for a very long time. I'm 33 now. I started off in the restaurant business as a hostess, and I've worked my way up. I've been a cocktail waitress. I've been a bartender. I've been a server. I've been a manager. I've done every role except been an owner. I think that if somebody gave me the money, I could open up my business. I could open up a restaurant and it would be super successful just based off the knowledge that I have in the restaurant industry. But saying that, again, there are a lot of characters that you have to deal with and pleasing people. And at the end of the day, unfortunately, in order to keep your business alive, you have to kiss so much ass in life. And that is not something that I am necessarily always willing to do. If you're a cool table, if we vibe, even if I know you're going to give me $5, you know what? You made my day. We chatted. It is what it is. Cool. But if your bill is $253.86 and with a smile on your fucking face, you hand me $5 and you tell me that I did a wonderful job, I'm going to tell you to keep that shit because you obviously need it more than I do. Fuck out of here. If I went out of my way to make your drinks a little stronger because I thought that you were going to give me a 20% tip and you fucked me, fuck you right back. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. You telling me that I'm a great server? You telling me that I'm a great server that I made tonight is not going to pay my bills? What am I supposed to tell them? Oh well, sorry, landlord. You're still a great landlord though. Don't have the money, but you're great. No, the fuck. So, I don't make enough money. It's beyond my pay grade at that point.
So do you like when they give they write you little notes and give you a number and stuff like that? Tell them to give you.
No.
And then leave you like a $10 tip.
No. First of all, if your bill is $200 and you leave me $5 and you have the audacity to leave your phone number, I'm gonna text you and I'm gonna be like, you're cheap. You're never gonna ever hear from me again. Bye. Like I'm about it, bro. Fuck out of here. Especially because you just wasted my time. The energy that I just put into your table could have gone into another table. The amount of time that I just spent on you could have gone to somebody else. You know, like I'm not giving another table my 100% because I'm too busy giving it to you and you're going to give me $5? Nah, we're good, bro. Like I said, I don't work at a McDonald's or let's say like I don't work at like a Friendly's. I don't work at a TGI Fridays where your plates are going to be $20 each. I work at a seafood restaurant. Your bills are never less than $100. Yeah. And you know what I mean? And our alcohol is expensive. Obviously, like the cheapest bill I've ever had at my restaurant, I want to say is like $82. And that's only because they each got a seafood combo and they got no alcohol. And so like, but I had to take time, you know, like I had to go to you. I have to explain the menu to you. And we don't have a bartender. We make our own drinks. So I have to make your drinks. Yeah.
Why'd you tell me this before?
Well, because that's how we cut costs so that we don't have to pay one extra person out. We pay ourselves out.
Why'd you tell me that before? I would have been there getting right.
come. I tell you all the time to come. But yeah, like I'm gonna do everything that I can to give you the absolute best experience, whether I know you're cheap or whether I know you're not cheap. Because believe me, I have regulars that I know are cheap, but I've already grown accustomed to it. You know, I've also entered another phase of my life. I've like had a little bit of clarity, and I've told myself that whatever I don't make from one table will come from another. You know what I mean? Like I used to get so angry, and I used to be
paying it forward. You're paying it forward.
I used to be so bitter and so angry, like what the fuck? Like I don't have time for this shit. But now I've come to the realization that like I just have to be positive. I just have to be positive because it's gonna come to me one way or another. Like even the other day, like because I have this little mantra that I tell myself every day, and it's I don't chase, I attract, and what's for me will simply come my way. And I say that to myself every single morning. I don't chase, I attract. What's meant for me will simply come my way. So I went to Charlie's the other day in the Galleria, got myself something to eat before I went to work. I'd had a really shitty day the night before. I think I made like $50 in tips. Like it was fucking shitty. I was livid, but whatever. I got over it. You know what I mean? On a Friday, that's disgusting. It is what it is. I ended up spending like $200 at O'Connor's that night, which is probably why I was so mad, but whatever. Like, so anyways, I go to Charlie's. I have them make me a little cheesesteak. And I gave him a $2 tip. Why? Because you guys are providing me with a service, and it's the least I could do for you guys. You guys are slaving all day in a goddamn mall. You know what I mean? Dealing with assholes because only assholes go to the mall. So, I threw him a $2 tip, and as I'm walking up the escalator, I'm, giving myself my little mantra about how if it's meant for me, it's gonna come away and think about good things. I kept telling myself, I was like, Melissa, today's going to be a good day. You're going to make great money. Today's going to be wonderful. Today's going to be worth it. Like, you're just going to be positive and everything's going to be good. And that's the mentality that I went into work with. I went to go park my car. As soon as I go to park my car in our parking lot at work, someone stops me, goes, hey. I was like, hi. I was totally taken aback. Not gonna lie, he scared the shit out of me. And he was like, he was like, hey. I was like, hi. And he was like, I was just wondering, did you just park? And I was like, yeah. He's like, well, if you want to take my spot, I still have over an hour and a half of parking left. Would you like it? I'm like, sure. You put good karma out, you bring good karma in. Forward. Yeah.
But my question to you is, don't all tips matter?
Hell fucking yeah, they do. Hell yeah, they do. Hell yeah, they do. Tips are a huge. You could walk out with $300 for a night, or you could have a shitty night and walk out with $50, like I did the other day. The night that I made $50, I should have made $130 if everybody would have tipped me accordingly. And I'm not saying 20%, at least 18, 15, whatever. If everybody had tipped me accordingly, I would have made $130 that day. But no, I happen to have the assholes, so I was making $5 here. $5, $7, $5. So and not for nothing, I have to pay the house at the end of the night. So if I'm in the negative and I owe money, what the fuck am I here for?
Right. So it's like, so you have set up almost like a strip club.
Yeah, because we pay the credit card fee. We pay the house for it. We pay 1% back to the house of our total sales, not of what we've made, not of our total tips, of our total sales. So if I have $3,000 worth of total sales and I have to give you 1%, that's like what, $30? And now let's say I didn't make $30. What the fuck do I do? Do I go home with zero?
Gotta hit them clock, gotta hit them streets.
But that's why I say we're at a point now where I'm just going to start gratuity everybody. And it's unfortunate because it's always that one bad seed that ruins it for everybody else. Because I don't go into work thinking like, oh, I'm going to gratuity all of you motherfuckers. No, I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But all it takes is that one person to fuck it all up, and I don't work for free. I don't work for free. You don't go to work for free. So what makes you think that I do? And it's even worse for me because I have to clean up after your ass. Once you leave, there was nothing more disrespectful. So I had a table the other day, 3 adults, 2 kids. One of them was a baby in a high chair. Okay. I'm a parent and I'm a server. I have a lot of respect for other servers going out to food. I don't allow my children to run around restaurants. I don't allow my children to act a fool. I don't allow my children to freaking mark anything up because I've been there. I know the situation. Yeah. So this person, this one girl, she's got her baby. They're eating French fries and chicken tenders. all over the floor, all over the floor. One of the other adults in her party pointed out, like, damn, these kids made a mess. And she goes, it's okay. She's just a kid. Plus, they're going to clean it up anyway. Bitch, I'm not a maid. I'm not a fucking maid. I don't get paid enough to, if you're going to treat me like your maid, then make up for it in my tip. You know what I mean? Throw in, you better be tipping me 20% and throw in an extra $10 because now I have to clean up after your ass. That is not in my job description.
Yeah. Well, no, I always tip well. Also, I also will be the asshole tip low if I don't feel like your service has reached you. There's a baseline we work with right here.
Right.
Well, if you're hearing like, oh, that's great, that's wonderful, and also if it's busy, I won't I know if she got like 5-6 tables and shit like that. I don't blame her, especially if she tried her hardest. But if you're like willingly not doing shit,
and I agree with that. If I'm sitting here obviously ignoring you because I'm on my phone, I don't deserve a tip. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's another thing. And that's another thing. Hold on, Lauren. Not yet. Hold on. And that's another thing. Like I had a table, so we have the outdoor patio, and we all share beautiful. We all share the outdoor patio. We all share the inside as well. Like we don't have set servers or whatever. Because there's only 4 of us, so we just kind of make it work. We make it fair for everybody. It's really cool. Honestly, I really love the team that I work with. We're all very close with one another. We all respect each other. But at the end of the day, it's like this one table outside was like, come back in 2 minutes. And I'm like, what the fuck? Come back in 2 minutes. Like I have other shit to do, you know? So I go inside, I take care of my other tables. I have 1 table outside and 5 tables inside. Obviously I take care of the 5 tables inside as well. I come outside 12 minutes later. She goes, I thought I told you to come back in 2 minutes. I was like, ma'am, I have tables inside. I understand that you can't see them, but I do have other tables to tend to. So what is it that I can help you with? You know, it's like, don't be a dick to me. There's one of me. There's one of me.
Read the next comment.
My wife and I tip well because they make assumptions in American-based restaurants. They barely come to the table. In Mexican, Asian, etc. restaurants, they roll out the carpet. We usually give a 30% tip minimum. Why do you think there's a disparity between the two? So, funny, I work in an Asian restaurant. I am an American server in an Asian restaurant. My whole thing is unfortunately, and I'm far from racist, okay? I am Hispanic. I am white. My boyfriend's black. I clearly chill with all types of races, but unfortunately, it be your own fucking people that don't tip. So when I have a table of Hispanic people, I know they're not going to tip me well. When I have a table of African American people, I know they're not going to tip me well. It's crazy, and it's so crazy that I'm even saying this out loud, but it's true. It's true. It's true. Am I still going to give you the same service? Absolutely. But it's going to annoy me to have to give you that service. You know what I mean? Especially because seeing as how I'm Hispanic, I'll go out of my way for you. I'll read you the whole menu in Spanish. I'll read you the whole menu in Spanish. We'll have our entire dialogue in Spanish just to make it easier for you. I'm trying to make your experience the best experience possible. But it's the same people that will come to me and say, when that $200 check rolls around, they'll hand me that $5 proudly and say, you did such a great job. $5 on 200? 200?
Well, are they older or young? Are they young?
All types. All types. Okay. All
types. I know older people usually have I don't know ageism, but I know like even my mother's time, like because the time has changed. Like you tip them a couple dollars.
Right. I used to be okay back in the day. It's not like that anymore. And that's not even to say, you know, I've had white people who tip me incredibly generously, and I've had white people who tip me $4. You know what I mean? So it's not about race or anything. It's just you can tell younger kids, especially if you have a group of teenagers and they see that their bill is $200, they're gonna give you $2. $2. And that's only if they have it. If not, they're going to walk out and give you. You know how many times I've had bills come out where they've literally gone out of their way to zero out the tip? Because they don't know how to tip. Their parents don't teach them these things. My kids.
At the bottom of the receipt now.
It is. And it's crazy because I circle it and I thank you to it, everything. And it's crazy because as a server, I am going to make sure that my daughter knows that anytime that her and her friends need to go out to eat, that they need to give a 20% tip. And if you don't have it, call mommy. Mommy will go to the restaurant and mommy will take care of the tip. You know what I mean? Like, I will make sure that the waitress knows. I would make a hell of a lot more money selling Coke than I do serving food if that's the case. But yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. It just goes for everybody at this point, is that it's honestly, it's not even safe to assume anymore, because nobody tips correctly. Nobody. And it wasn't until we got all this pandemic money that people were going out, and then everybody's tipping right, and then everybody got their stimulus check, and everybody got their taxes, and people were coming out and spending money like they had it. Yeah, those were some of the best tip weeks that I had in my life. And then everybody ran out of money, and now it's like, oh, well, sorry, I don't have enough to tip you. Here's $2. But it's like, again, I can't tell my landlord, sorry, they didn't have enough to tip me. I make $7.50 an hour.
After September 5th, you're gonna tell them shit because they're gonna want their money or they start following the
I make $7.50 an hour as a server in New York. So, like, what do you think that I'm really coming home with? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and
Carlos,
that's,
what is the rate if you're still on, Carlos, what is the rate in Florida now? I know when I was down there, it was like $3, $4,
I think it's like $3.50 or $4 or something. But it's like, it's crazy because people don't see, I feel like people look at waitresses and waiters as like a lower class. Like, oh, yeah. They
For
look
what reason? I don't know.
class. Like, and the way that they talk to you, and they're so entitled. Like, I had this lady literally mouth off to me once, and thankfully I work in a place where I don't have to take that shit. So I told her straight up, I was like, you know what, ma'am, unfortunately, it seems like I cannot please you this evening, so I'm going to go ahead and pass you off to somebody that can. And I handed them off to another waiter, because I don't need to be disrespected by anybody. I'm not your servant. I don't make again.
Well, that's why they get it confused. The word servant and server, thinking that, because like some people are like, you guys chose this type of job. I mean, but it's fucking a job. At least you're working a job. You know what I mean? And you are like, it's a privilege to have someone serve you. Only kings and people of that stature have servants. So people should take
it. When you think about it, back in the old days, because tips means to ensure proper service. So back in the old days, you had to tip before your meal came out. And your service was based on how well you tipped. Right. So if you were already handing me a $20 bill, you're gonna get the best fucking service possible. But if you're leaving me $2, I'm gonna give you the bare minimum. I'm gonna make sure that you get your drinks. I'm gonna make sure that you get your food. I'm gonna make sure that I check on you once, and that's gonna be the end of the day.
I have a question. Carlos, are you at Hard Rock? Because that's crazy. Because if you're at the Hard Rock in Tampa, I think you're in Tampa, right? I used to work there. I used to be sous chef there at Tampa. As I opened up that restaurant, they greeted me. That was years ago, though, man. I'll tell you how old it was. But yeah. So feedback, man. Just want to find out. He said 350. You see that? Damn. Yeah, those were days. I remember when they didn't close the bar. You can be able to drink all night long. But without a doubt, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock morning roll in, it was always a fight. I met everybody at that place, man. I love that place, man. It was one of the greatest places. And then they had the concerts because the amphitheater's behind it.
Yeah, they have a lot.
Never get a chance to turn the casino and go to Tampa. That's why I would choose. Yeah, well, you guys. That's why you guys would choose Miami. I love going to Tampa all day. Tampa's my shit. Tampa, I would choose Tampa any day over Miami, because you could do the same shit there as in Miami for half the price. Oh, look at what you doing?
Oh, Ari wants to paint my nails. She should asleep. I mean,
what?
And that's something that people don't understand either, is that being a waitress is hard. Being a waiter is hard. Like I said, dealing with all these personalities. Ariana, you're going to spill that. Dealing with all these personalities, dealing with people that are just sometimes just shitty people overall, you know? Like, But to me, obviously, I've been doing this for as long as I have because I must love it. You know, I do enjoy being able to make someone's day. Occasionally, you get that one person who's come in by themselves. They want to sit alone because they're having a bad day. And all it took was for me to make one little comment about how nice your shirt is or your sandals are, or I really like your watch. And now we're on a tangent about something else. And I've completely changed your mood for the rest of the day. I enjoy that about my job. I enjoy going up to a family and playing with their kids and, oh, hey baby, you're so cute. You know, like I enjoy that. I enjoy that about my job. I enjoy being able to talk to all of these different personalities because for every 5 people that I don't like, there's 25 that I do.
Let me read this real quick. AOC got called a waitress by another congressman, like that was some kind of insult because they treat it like that, man. They set these boundaries and all types of shit. But the funny shit is what he says is this one. Black, what the fuck are those curtains? This is my going back to Africa curtains right here. I got them over here. I'm about to start the campaign. Well, I don't even know what the fuck is on these curtains. Let me take a look and see what's on. Nice. I'm at an undisclosed location in Stanford. And this happened to be the backdrop in the background here, man. If you like him, I could get you some. If you order them, my brother. Nah. Those are what's we met. This shit is I ain't gonna talk about them because if they watching me, I won't talk about them either. So I'm being profiled. You are being profiled.
I wouldn't say that you're being profiled. I would just say that it's not necessarily being profiled. It's just that the bar has been set very low. There is a very low expectation nowadays. I just like when I walk into work, like I say, when I walk into work, I know when I'm gonna have a bad day. You know what I mean? I can just tell. I can tell based off the interaction that I'm having. Listen, some of the cheapest people are the friendliest ones. Those are the ones that are like, hey girl, what's your name? Those are the ones that want to be your best friends. Those are the cheapest people that are alive on this planet.
That's not true. That is not true.
At my job it is. At my job it is. I can't speak for all restaurants. I can only speak for mine. The one that I'm currently at, Ariana, please. The one that I'm currently at is, for me, based off my experience, I've been there for 6 months. The friendlier people are the ones who are the cheapest, who tip me the least.
That's just like saying to women that the broke dude give you the best dick. That's all he got. That's all he got to give you. So you're saying that broke people come and get the food because they're the friendliest because they know they ain't gonna tip you, they gonna fuck you later. So that's why they're so nice to you.
I wouldn't say they're poor or nothing, but I mean we're not gonna go there. But I'm just saying, like, if you know you can't afford to tip, go to McDonald's. Go buy. Listen, if you want crab legs and you don't want to spend $32 for a pound of them, you could easily go buy 4 pounds of crab legs at Stop and Shop for $30 and make them yourself, and then you don't gotta tip nobody. You know what I mean? It's all about convenience.
They don't know how to make it though. People that go order it out don't know how to make it.
Them bitches, that's all we do. We just steam them motherfuckers.
But you're seasoning them. They have the right season in the water.
You could come to my job and buy the seasoning. You come to my job and buy the sauce, and that's it. And like, you know what I mean? But that's the point that I'm making is if I don't have the means to go tip somebody, I'm not going to go out to dinner.
This is a good question because I do this.
Yes, it is. It's my favorite. A lot of waiters do not like it when you stack their dishes. I love it. You're making my job that much easier.
Really?
All I have to do is pick it up and keep it moving. Yeah.
No, what do you mean they don't like it?
A lot of servers find that inconvenient for them because sometimes people don't know how to stack correctly. They'll just stack them as however. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, it probably fit. I have kids, so I got to put all the big dishes go to the big dish, the small one go to the small one there. Yeah. Together, silverware goes in there. Yeah.
I personally think it's a really great gesture when you stack dishes for me because it's one less step that I have to do. You put them at the end. You put them at the edge of the table for me. As I'm walking by, I quickly grab them and we keep it moving. And then I have more time to dedicate to you or to another table. It's cutting corners. It's working smarter and not harder. You know what I mean? I can appreciate when people do little things like that for me. And you can tell when someone's been a server before, because it's usually people that have been in the service industry that do little things like that for you.
Shit, I like the whole table. She cute.
Right. Whereas the people that are not in the service industry are the people that are like, well, it's her job to clean up my mess. You know what I mean? Beautiful.
That's a fucked up. Even think about it. You know what? That's true. People do say that. And I know, like, for people to even think that way, period. Being that I have kids, and even when they were young, because I've always been a single parent, so I had smaller kids, they would make mess. We got to clean up the mess. The only thing I wouldn't clean up is shit on the floor because I'm not, like, I got no vacuum.
I'll get on my hands and knees and pick up every fucking crumb because it is not their job to do it. I brought my kids here. I allowed them to make that mess. You better believe how many times my baby daddy used to be like, what are you doing? I'd be like, cleaning up my kid's mess. They made it. The waiter didn't make the mess. My kid did. Yeah. I knew what I was doing when I brought her here. Listen, there's also a lot of not kid-friendly restaurants that adults choose to bring their children to. I would say that my restaurant is not a kid-friendly restaurant. We have 2 fucking high chairs. Clearly, that means that we don't intend on having a lot of children there. So.
But kids are not eating seafood anyway. Like, to be honest with you.
Exactly. And our children's menu is so limited that we literally only have it just to appease people. It's literally like chicken tenders, shrimp basket, or like catfish, fried catfish with french fries. Those are the only like 3 or 4 options that we have for kids. It is most definitely not a kid-friendly restaurant. So when you see somebody bringing in their little 5-year-old and getting a pound of crab legs, and I'm just like, is your kid really going to eat this, man? Really?
Well, because the money in White Plains, they got the money to buy the shit. They don't want to do anything.
But they ain't just coming from White Plains. They coming from the Bronx. They coming from Mount Vernon. From all places.
Well, it's actually your place is much. It's actually, I guess, less expensive than going to City Island because City Island is fucking expensive.
I think that our prices are pretty much the same, actually.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I want to come to your restaurant, I have the whole city, go City Island, see something, see something.
Yeah, I think that our prices are comparable to City Islands because if you go across the street to like Holy Crab, they're way more expensive than us.
I've never eaten that Holy Crab. I don't. Are they good?
They're good. I mean, I used to only exclusively eat there prior to me knowing that my restaurant exists, but they're really expensive, not for nothing. And you don't get the sides like at my restaurant. If you get a seafood boil, it automatically comes with corn and potato. Whereas at Holy Crab, you have to pay for corn and potato.
A la carte.
Mm-hmm. So we do a lot of things differently. But again, so like my restaurant is not a kid-friendly restaurant if you really think about it. So when you bring your kid to my restaurant, which I don't have a problem with. I have children myself. I don't mind when little kids are there. I'm going to make their experience fun too. I had this little boy the other day. It was his birthday. He came with his whole family. There was 12 of them. I had the whole table. They were by far the best table I have ever had in my entire life. It was just something about the dad, like the father figure of the family. Yeah. He just exuded like positivity. He like radiated mindfulness. You know what I mean? He was just such a wonderful soul to be around. And it made serving them that much easier because he saw I had other tables. They were incredibly patient with me. They never once got short with me. They never once got upset. They did not care about shit so long as I made sure that their experience was nice. Everything that they asked me for, they got, and then some. It was the little boy's birthday. I think he was turning 6. They had just come from Playland, right? And so because it's his birthday, I have to engage with him the most. I have to make his day special. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, hey, little man, I'm like, you want, because I think he wanted like a Coke. And I was like, all right. I was like, you're not looking like, I was like, you want a little cup? You want a little kid cup or you want a big man cup? And he got so excited that I considered him a big man. He was like, I want a big man cup, like, and parents feed off of that because if you're keeping their kid happy, they're not going to cry. They're not going to bitch and moan, and like, and because they were a large table, gratuity was obviously included, but because I went out of my way to give them the proper experience, he tipped me an extra $100 on top of my already very large gratuity. And I was so incredibly gracious towards him because he did not have to do that. And he literally wrote on the receipt, Your service was incredible. Thank you so much. And it's because I went out of my way to make sure that that little boy had a great time, even though we're not a kid-friendly restaurant. He got fucking shrimp and fries, you know what I mean? And everybody else got king crab legs and all this frou-frou shit. But for that one moment, it wasn't about them. It was about him. And that's how it has to be. So I don't mind entertaining small children because I can appreciate as a parent when other servers come and entertain my children. Just don't be a dick. Just don't let them throw their shit all over the floor and then have that mentality where you feel like I'm going to clean up after you.
No, now you open my eyes and said, I'm going to come to your restaurant and I'm just going to throw up the crabs in the air just like LeBron did that. So we're going to make a fucking mess.
Not for nothing, but on Thursdays, we were doing DJ nights, but we just couldn't get people to come in.
Oh, well, you don't have an establishment that has such as mine to come in there to bring you some. So I play some Asian music too. I play all that shit.
No, we don't listen to Asian music. We listen to stupid ass.
We're going to play some, we call it. What's that group name?
K-pop, some BTS.
Yeah, K-pop, some BTS. But all that shit. We've been out there playing anime rhymes and shit.
That's it. No, but I mean, like I said, it's just being a server is really hard. It's really, really, really hard.
Why are we talking about that? I have another question at you. Did you see the girl that was trying to get her copyrights for the dance to Savage on TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's going on? Like, how you want to try to get copyrights to something that you even create? You just dance. You made choreograph to the actual song that already existed. I mean,
that's like a huge thing for like Black Twitter. I mean, Black TikTok and Black creators. And I can, you know what? I can sympathize with that because I feel like Black people in general just don't get enough credit for their creativity. A lot of people bite off of Black creativity. That's why people call us culture vultures. You know what I mean? Like, here you have this really talented African-American girl coming up with this sick choreography, and she's not getting the credit that she deserves. And then it ends up on, let's say, what's that show? Fortnite. Let's say it ends up as a dance on Fortnite. Now she's not getting royalties for her creativity. That's not fair. I think that anything that you use your mind to do deserves. I mean, it's IP, it's intellectual property. You know what I mean? It's just like what I think that what people don't find fair is when these African-American creators come up with something and then white people come and bite that. So like that girl, Addison Rae, came along and did all of those dances on Jimmy Fallon. And now she's bringing exposure and light to how creative these people are, but they're still not getting the credit for it. So I think that intellectual property is everything. I think that she should be suing and she should be copywriting. I think that anybody that comes up with an original idea should have access to making money off of it and branding yourself off of it.
Off a TikTok dance, really though? Really? You think it's worthy?
A little girl who made that dance for, I don't know if it was the Savage dance or whatever, but Janaya, I think her name was, and she got to be on the basketball. She got to do a halftime show, and she was in a commercial, and she got to do. Listen, it's intellectual property. You're allowed to.
Intellectual property has to do with thought. We're talking about a dance that you're like. So you're saying when you have copyrights that if you do that dance,
so did Michael Jackson copyright the moon dance or whatever the fuck?
No, moonwalk. No, because it wasn't him who did it first. The moonwalk was done before him.
Who by who?
By what is his fucking name? I can't think of the name right now. But it was done before him, and it was just emulated by Michael Jackson. And because of his status, made it popular. Was it Chuck?
And when you think of the moonwalk, who do you think of?
Well, he didn't copyright it, did he?
Well, he should have.
He didn't.
Absolutely, I agree, Scott.
What do you say?
That TikTok trends are currency these days. She should copyright for Savage. Absolutely. Like I said, it's all intellectual property. Choreography, you have to come up with those moves. You have to sequence them together. You have to make an 8 count. Listen, whether it's me or whether it's the next person, even Carlton, what's his name? Carlton sued Fortnite for doing that. his little fucking Fresh Prince dance for that dumbass song. But and I think he won too.
I don't know. I have to check on that.
I'm pretty sure that Carlton did win that lawsuit because he sued Fortnite for including that dance, and that is his dance. When we think of that dance, we think of Carlton from what's that show called? Fuck, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Like a brain fart today.
So the guy, the dancer, I guess his name is Jeffrey Daniels, one who taught Michael Jackson the moonwalk dance. Well, the dance became moonwalk, but his name is Jeffrey Daniel. So grabbing a bit of knowledge there, but yeah. So, but you guys know Michael Jackson because he, you know, what if he had copyrights on the end and Michael Jackson couldn't do that dance? Then there would have been no moonwalk. No one never ever heard of it.
I mean, that's just a chance you got to take at this point. Like, everything costs money. We live in a world where everything costs money.
Now like because he coined the phrase, "Let's get ready to rumble." And if you know anything about them, the funny thing, let me read it to you. She deserves it like "Let's Get Ready to Rumble." Michael Buffer, that's him, not me. Announcer from boxing. It's intellectual, and if the original performance, and if you apply to the copyright, yeah, I hear you, but here's the thing. If they're talking about boxing, like Michael Buffer is a big guy they call, like if they're having a big fight, they'll come in and he'll be like, and for 9 rounds of boxing, whatever, let's get ready to rumble. That guy, and then Michael Buffer. And if he catch you saying that, Michael Buffer, and you don't give him his due, you can get sued millions and millions of dollars. And they need him to come.
It's like the Happy Birthday song. Disney cannot play the Happy Birthday song because it's copyrighted. They can play a form of the Happy Birthday song. They can play their version of the Happy Birthday song, but you cannot legally play the Happy Birthday song on TV because it's copyrighted. It costs a lot of freaking money to play the Happy Birthday song on TV.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, that makes sense. But no, not a dance, not TikTok.
If I came out here with an 8-count dance and everybody in the world is doing my 8-count and I'm not going to get the proper credit for it, you better believe I'm going to start a riot because I do deserve money for it. I took the time, I took the energy. It was a thought process. I practiced, I did it. People loved it. It's like with anything, it's a job for her at this point. And she was able to bank off of it. Like I said, she got to do a halftime show. She got to do a commercial for Google, I believe. Like, why not? Why not? You are your own private entity. You get to sell yourself. She is her own corporation. You know what I mean?
I hear you, but if we start doing that, then she's going to start to owe TikTok because TikTok is where the platform that originated for her to give her things. So it's a double-edged sword there.
Well, she's making monetary value off of TikTok regardless, for every view, for every stream, for every share, just like everybody else. That's why you want to be verified. You want that blue check next to your name. That blue check next to your name signifies money.
Yeah, but what if they start charging you?
They
you want to collect property?
They do charge you. TikTok doesn't let you keep the full amount of what you should be making. You probably... I don't know what the value is, but I'm sure that for every $1 that she makes, she really only gets to keep 40 cents of it. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Let's see here. Read the comment for me.
Oh, and then I was reading it to myself. And then Michael Jackson owned Blackbird by the Beatles. I'm tired. Okay, go to sleep. It was probably a wash. If it can be copywritten, it can be sold, and it seems to be fair and balanced by those who have enough funds to create and sell these things. Absolutely. Look at that Martin Shkreli, who ended up getting caught up by the feds, who purchased that Wu-Tang record. And then they stole that shit from him and sold it for even more money.
Yeah, I caught the end of that. I didn't realize they stole it from him and sold it again.
Yeah.
So was he being what was happening? Was he being investigated for something else?
Uh-huh.
Oh, so they actually seized the record while they were
They took it from him because he made a ridiculous amount of money. I'm gonna look it up. He made a ridiculous amount of money off of being able to purchase that album, amongst other things that he was also spending money on. So he was convicted of security fraud.
Oh.
So he purchased the 31-track album at auction in 2015 for a reported $2 million. It was promoted as a unique work of art with no physical or digital duplicate in existence and included appearances from the wider Wu-Tang family, from Redman to Kill Army, and that comes from www.npr.org. But because he was arrested for security fraud, he forfeited his claim to the album, and it was seized by the FBI, and therefore they sold it for an even more ludicrous amount of money.
God. They sold it, they auctioned it off.
Well, they sold it because he has to pay back his debts.
Ah. Yeah.
So they used it as his collateral, basically.
How much did he owe? Did they say how much he owed?
I can tell you right now. So the New York Times says the U.S. sells one-of-a-kind Wu-Tang album to cover Martin Shkreli's debt. Prosecutors did not announce who purchased the album or for how much, but a lawyer for Mr. Shkreli said the sale price appeared to be for at least $2.2 million.
Damn.
Oh yeah, this is the asshole that raised the price of EpiPens.
That's the dude. Well, you know he deserves that shit.
Yeah, he's the pharmaceutical executive. So the one-of-a-kind album recorded by the Wu-Tang Clan and sold at auction to the disgraced pharmaceutical executive and hedge fund manager Martin Shkreli has been purchased by an anonymous buyer for an undisclosed sum of money. The federal prosecutors who seized the album 3 years ago said, the acting announced the sale. It's literally the only copy of this album ever made, apparently.
Yes. Yeah, it was like gold. It was like, yeah, I remember the time. I remember it was
all silver or all gold or something. Yeah.
Scott is funny as fuck. Watch Jeff Bezos buy the fucking album.
I wouldn't be surprised. It says the unique album, more akin to a piece of fine art than a standard record, was seized by the government in 2018 after a judge said that it could be used to pay part of the $7.36 million that Mr. Shkreli owed.
Damn. So he's almost out of debt. If he could find something else.
Apparently, it was a group of people that bought it. So the buyer was a group of people or a company rather than an individual. And this is again from the New York Times. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Oh, he became famous in 2015 when he boosted the price of a drug used to treat a rare disease by 5,000% overnight through his company, Pulling Pharmaceuticals. The drug, Daraprim, was used to treat a life-threatening parasitic infection. The company's actions brought the cost of treatment annually for some patients up to hundreds of thousands of dollars and cast a spotlight on websites being made on the drug.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? That's actually really an example of karma coming back to getting your ass.
Because after he purchased, because he was able to raise.
But read this comment first. Now I want
a Munchie spin-off full of really stupid legendary modern artifacts.
We'll get on that. We'll help out. We'll co-sign that for you, Scott.
Oh yeah. But so that's the point, is that because he raised the price of his pharmaceutical drug, it's how he's able to obtain the money to purchase the album.
Yeah.
And that's what the problem was. And so he said, in December of that year, which was the year that he raised the prices, it was reported that he had purchased the sought-after album at auction for $2 million. And the album, the hype around in which some ways presaged the current craze of non-fungible tokens or NFTs. So I think he got Bitcoin out of it. I don't think he made actual money off of it.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And then 2 years later, he was convicted of fraud in connection with 2 hedge funds that he ran, MSMB Capital and MSMB Healthcare, as well as conspiracy to commit securities fraud. The following year, he was sentenced to 7 years in prison.
Jesus. Think about this, though. The whole album movement. If you have this album that's only one copy made of, how can you how can you gauge whether it's hot or not, if it's garbage or not? Because if you're the only person that has it, who the fuck can you like? Like it could be straight garbage music, but you own this garbage that's now you consider art. I mean, it's Wu-Tang, and Wu-Tang is not known for like they've had their fair share of garbage. Don't get me wrong, but a whole album,
as the next comment says.
let's go here first.
He overpaid anyway. Wu-Tang hasn't been good in over 20 years since Wu-Tang Forever.
Yeah, and then we got.
Or I'm just getting old because Wu-Tang is for the children. Wouldn't even say that because I probably don't even know one Wu-Tang song. So.
No Method Man.
Yeah, I know Method Man and Redman from How High, but that's about it.
No Cream. Cash rule everything around me. You ain't get the money. Anyway, but like I said, like that is just an extreme amount of money to pay for something that you have no relatable. What makes music wonderful is that we're able to share with each other and we can make our own comments. Like, listen, you hear that song? Oh, yeah, I like this about this, like that. You have no one to compare it with, less people you bring to your house to hear the song. And then they have nothing to compare it to. When you hear one song one time, you're like, how many times does it take you to like a song? If you hear it and you don't feel like it's not
even with modern day and age technology, I mean, all he needs to do is play it for his friends at his house one day, and I could just be Facebook live streaming, and now we've all fucking heard it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he didn't do that because it would make his art worthless.
Right. That's why apparently, based on an article I saw that came 4 days ago, which is by who? This says it's by CNBC. Apparently, whoever just purchased this album will now make it public. So we're all going to get to hear it regardless.
And you paid $2 million for something that you're about to make shit worthless.
Well, I'm sure that he has the copyrights on it, so he'll be able to get revenue off the streams.
If he's even allowed, even if it's allowed to. I mean, when you purchase it, was there a
contingency? I have no idea.
From Wu-Tang, because it's going to be the what's his name? Not the RZA. This is RZA. It's going to be up to him. Like if he said that this cannot be heard, anything. The best thing for them to do was to put it and do a museum tour and go to museums and have it in there and lease it out to each museum and charge them a fee each month or however long they have it.
What I would have done if I was Wu-Tang is I would have played all of these songs for the public myself. So now that the album would have been invaluable, you know what I mean? I would have been like, fuck you. Guess what? Now we all fucking losing money. Suck my dick.
They don't even have a copy of it themselves. The masters and all, I think, is all I believe. There's no digital print.
He owns it, but that's what I'm saying. So whoever owns this, should they put it out there, I'm sure that they'll get stream revenue.
I think they just wanted to see if they can do it, like make an album and charge a ridiculous amount for it and see if someone was dumb enough to pay for it. And guess what? There is always a fool. A fool is born all the time. Mm-hmm. And now if you reach our plateau, because I know you have things to do. And we'll reconvene later this week. I mean, I guess so. I mean, we just lose ourselves in time. I mean, it's a great time to have, you know. Ain't nothing to do. And my kids is going crazy when they should be in bed themselves right now.
Oh, yeah, you see my little one. She was paying my nails. I'm peeling it all over right now.
But we really appreciate y'all watching. All the people that are watching, we're gonna get up and get out of here. Say your goodbyes.
Toodaloos, guys. Hopefully, we'll see you again this week.
Yeah, we will. Hopefully Thursday. That's what we're shooting for. Or we do a pre-show. I think we can definitely put up a what do you call it? Pre-recorded show. We do something. Yeah. Shout out to the rest of the crew. Tweet, Montana, Big Kev, come back soon. I just spoke to him. He's doing well. He'll be back soon. Clips that you just saw. All the homies out there. Oh, I hear you.
I said he was doing his family thing.
Yeah, you gotta do that family thing. You know how that go. I gotta go do some family things too. I'll drop these kids off at the pool. You know how
Relax, Bill Cosby.
Oh, stop it. I know you want some of the Jello pudding pop. You know, so thank you for tuning in. If all those in the White Plains area, New York area, come check me out, 2117, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at O'Connor's in Merrick Avenue, 93 Merrick Avenue. Come join the fine sound. You might catch MJ and that beating up on her man.
I was gonna say, even if you don't want to go see him, come out for me because I'll be there.
Yeah, you know she will. Crazy good time.
Wednesdays,
Crazy good.
I don't go on Tuesdays, but Wednesdays and Fridays I'm there, so come check me out.
I feel you. I feel you. Shout out, enough respect. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys this week. I'm out. Black.